It's not working. Can someone say something?
Hi.
Something.
Oh,
Stuff.
that's much better. Yay, it works.
Cool.
Okay, sorry.
All right, Team Magic is here. That's all we really need.
My son is also still awake because he had a really late nap because he's poorly. So I'm really sorry. He shouldn't be too noisy, but if he is, just let me know and I'll mute.
Okay.
Cool. So, stuff happened last session. Specifically, you guys did some fun. I mean, yeah, but that was at the end of the session. Or that was actually most of the session.
Yeah, it was.
I believe
But
my
you
session.
guys, yeah, you guys had fun times with dice. Myers dice. I couldn't remember the name of the game for like a good solid minute.
And then we were raided by pirates.
Yep.
Well, they attempted to raid us.
Yeah, and got their butts kicked.
One guy got a little bit worse than a butt kicking.
Got his nuts kicked. Punched,
Not
actually.
kicked, uppercutted with a kestis.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he didn't want children.
He's not having. I was just about to say he's not having children.
No, I took away his future. Put a quick end to that family line.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wanted him really breeding anyway.
He was poor. He was prone to some poor decisions in life.
More than poor.
Yay, it's working. Okay, I'm in.
Hey, 2.5 2.5 wizards.
Woo!
I swear that is a sitcom waiting to happen.
Who's the half wizard?
Me!
The halfling who is an arcane trickster.
Got it. Got it.
It's a double pun.
Ha ha ha. Double entendres.
Because, she's a halfling and small. Half a person.
Just because she's small doesn't make her less of a person. Don't you dare.
I
You
know
must be-
that.
You must be this tall to be a person.
Must be this tall to person.
That's kind of.
I mean, technically over here, they don't consider you a whole person until you're like 5.
I mean, that's fair. Children make bad decisions.
Fair. Children are dumb.
So are adults.
I
So
literally,
adults, yeah. Like, I know some really stupid adults.
I mean, I literally watched a 3-year-old shove like endless amounts of cheese curls into her mouth and then proceed to choke on them and then cry because she doesn't know what happened.
I've seen adults do the same thing, honestly.
They cried afterwards? Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a 3-year-old climb up on top of 2 open doors to go and change the light bulb. But I've seen a grown man do that.
I mean,
And people wonder why.
I was gonna say, I believe you call those grown boy babies.
All right. I will say a physically matured man, not necessarily mentally
I was gonna
matured
say,
man.
there you go. Mental capacity,
I've seen a
lacking.
man-child do it, okay?
no.
man-child. There we go.
Yeah, I know a few man children too.
Yeah, there are a lot in this group.
Not really.
I
We
would
can be-
say no.
we can be mature when we want to be. We're just immature because we have a choice to make with that.
Ah, I got my finger stuck.
How?
I'm playing with a cone.
Fun.
Fair.
Oh,
All
I
right.
got my finger stuck.
So, session beginning right now.
Is
I'll
it?
go. Yeah. Last time we left off with you guys getting some loot.
Good thing I've been recording this whole time.
Have you though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Pretty much since exactly 4 o'clock. Right before Lily
Cool.
joined.
Punctual.
Why is my fantasy ground still
You might hear some cracking sounds on the mic.
Okay, Nick is the only one that's here and missing from Fantasy Grounds.
I had it updated and it was just being stuck.
Yeah, we can start now. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you recorded that Ko is not coming back, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Ko's
Cool.
Ko's gone.
So we just dropped him off on shore and told him bye.
Bye, Mr. Monk. No more.
He fell overboard with the defeated pirates.
I mean,
Or he walked away with his
Fell
life
off.
nice and.
Or
light.
he was like, "Oh, we have to fight pirates? Nah, fuck that shit."
He jumped off,
Fuck
kicked
that
a shark
shit
in the
out.
nose, and rode it back to shore.
Fuck that
I
shit.
mean, that
I'm out.
seems. That
It seems like the most monk way to exit anything ever.
Just
Yeah.
swim to shore? Yeah.
No. Jump off, have a shark come up, kick or punch the shark in the nose so that it swims away, and lasso yourself over its like dorsal fin to ride it.
You'd have no way of steering it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't say you would be able to steer it. I'm just saying that's possibly the most monk way to exit anything.
I was gonna say, you guys are on alcove. You're like 40 feet from shore.
That's fair.
You could literally, like, float to shore. You wouldn't even have to swim.
I love that I just beat out everyone in that frickin' life dice. That was great.
I really thought you were about to say beat out, as in, like, other means, but yeah. Yeah, you did. Including the captain.
Indeed.
That was hilarious. I
Who
took the
happens to
entire
be a
box.
party member that hasn't been here at all.
Yeah. Anyway. So interrogate the prisoner?
Ooh, yay! I get to go
Indeed.
speak with my buddy.
Oh Lord.
Mr. Numbnuts.
I don't know, at this one, it's probably no nuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, do your Kessis have spikes on them?
Yeah,
Because now, okay.
the
'cause now you
studded.
just have a couple of chestnuts to roast over an open fire.
Oh my God.
I mean, I would have
we're
flicked
going-
those off into the water.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we flag a video as
Like super not friendly? Yeah.
yeah, we definitely flagged the video as 18 plus because we got too into this with
Poor King Kong.
yeah.
Yep. We castrated a giant monkey.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I say interrogate the prisoner. You just guys went with balls jokes for the rest of the hour.
Lily, you weren't there for the giant monkey, were you?
No.
I was not, no.
She
Well
joined
then.
us, I think, she joined us
Yeah,
shortly
like
after
3
when
or
we
4
hit
sessions.
Fenir.
Yeah. Anyways, so you guys are on the ship right now, waiting to interrogate your friend.
Now, has he been moved to the brig, or is he still just crumpled over in lots of pain?
Oh no, we would have freaking taken into the brig afterwards.
He's in the brig unconscious.
Really quick question.
You're gonna be waiting for him to wake up. Yes.
Is anybody still very hurting?
No.
I'm assuming you guys did that
The
after.
captain.
No, I'm pretty sure
Uh,
we're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
captain's fine.
We didn't take it. We didn't take a. Oh yeah, only Balsar took some real damage.
He was fucking knocked out.
You got
You got
knocked out
one
in the
shot.
head.
Yeah, one
He
shot.
got critted on. Oh man.
Also, we did do a post analysis of what our intentions of the rules are. That giant armor guy should not have been dropped at the speed that he was, so he wouldn't have taken damage from falling. But at the same time, rule of cool. But I felt as though all of you should know that, so that will not happen again.
Yeah, Lucas and I were looking at the spell, and it does say that they gently float back down when doing that. Which is why it's way better to just shoot them off into 1,000,000 miles away and watch them go bye-bye.
Yeah.
So he probably wouldn't be able to swim that good with that fucking heavy armor.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Just a little bit of a buoyancy issue.
Hmm.
He ain't gonna have that axe swimming, that's for sure.
I swear, Panda, you sound exactly like Phoenix from our other campaign. I'm
At
not even
times,
kidding.
he
You
really
sound
does.
exactly like him.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I mean, good because that means that your voice is recognizable, but also bad because he was the laziest person in our entire group.
Ah,
He also had chronic depression.
He was what?
He had chronic depression.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that would fucking ruin anything.
Yep. All right, so we got a little while before the guy wakes up.
That's, Yep.
not if I stab him in the foot with an arrow.
I mean, he's in the brig, so you wouldn't be able to do
Pretty
that
sure
in the
that's
first place.
just gonna kill him at this point.
We're trying to interrogate him.
Just a little poke.
I mean, do you want to turn him into Achilles?
Nigga probably has like 1 hit point left. Let's not test that.
Test.
Let alone, he was fucking knocked out near low health anyway. Anyway,
From.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Yep.
Yeah.
you said from, and I'm like, are you gonna complete a sentence?
No,
Yeah, I
I
was
said
like-
fum.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it sounded like you said from, and I was like, okay, is he actually gonna say something or?
Nope.
Yeah, we were all.
Okay. I think Sunshine has a valid point to make. So.
Oh, well, I was just going to look around and say, who's going to be interrogating him?
I raised my hand.
Raise her hand.
I figure if I'm there, things are gonna go easier anyway.
I'm good at intimidating people.
Well, I can only give one of you guidance at a time. So who's
I'm
going-
pretty good at charming people, so
Who's
So-
going to be the main? Just so
I-
I know who to pass.
Just so you remember,
Good
It
guard,
was,
good guard, and worst guard.
it was delay. It was delay who
thank you, sir.
had knocked him out by punching him in the nuts. So
Maybe don't do any more drawing, huh?
We don't know how he reacts afterwards, so as it's just gonna be there.
Probably utter terror, considering what I have wrought upon him.
I mean, I feel like there's going to be tears.
There will be. There will be many
After-
tears.
I mean, honestly, it depends on how I roll, but yes.
After coming back onto the ship, Kalis is going to go back to the crow's nest and keep an eye out for more Bettys.
That's a good idea.
Oh.
As is, let me just be ready to just make sure the guy doesn't jump ship as soon as he sees alive. Somehow he just fucking cartoon go through the wall out into the water.
Hold on. Is there anything that actually says?
I was gonna say, how can you do that in 4 walls of solid steel bars?
Yeah, he's not really going anywhere.
I mean, he could be a caster and just didn't get a chance.
He had a chance.
Totally.
He
I would
definitely
also
had a
just kill
chance.
him, considering most spells that break steel are ranged.
Misty Step can just go through it.
I mean, fair.
Anyone else gonna do anything in the meantime?
Out of curiosity, were any of the crew? I can't remember if any of the crew members were hurt and or killed
One was killed.
or down.
One was killed.
One was killed, but I think they made it out of there fairly okay because there's some really terrible rolls on the.
I sucked. Also, I will say this: some of them do have cuts and bruises, but they shrug you off from killing them.
Yeah, well, I was gonna look for anybody that might have been severely wounded. Just like, hey, is that infected? Okay, goodbye.
I mean, literally, the captain would be the one that you would be tending to right now, considering he was knocked unconscious in 1 hit. But
Yeah,
he's mostly okay.
right.
He's alive.
Slightly being dead for a second.
Is he still like hurting really bad?
I mean, he's
Like-
wincing from pain, but that's about it.
Okay.
He doesn't look like he's gonna die. He's fine.
Okay.
For the
I
most
was gonna say pretty sure I can ritual cast prayer, or I can ritual cast. Well, I can English is what I can do.
Can you?
Totally.
Is Prayer of Healing a ritual?
I believe so.
I don't think there's too many healing spells that are actually rituals.
Well, because its base cast time is 10 minutes, so if it was, that'd actually be pretty cool.
Well, that would mean that it takes 20 minutes to cast as a ritual.
Right, which you could do in a short rest, which would give even more healing.
Yes.
That.
Well, you said this guy was gonna be out for a while, so that's what I'm trying to find. It does not say ritual, so I don't think I can actually.
Actually, good point. Did we actually roll for healing him?
No.
It was knockout damage.
Then, I really thought he had been healed at some point.
I
'Cause,
thought he had. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that Sunshine did heal up the people that were injured because I know she healed me.
Yeah, she
I
healed
didn't
everyone after the fight.
all right then.
Yeah, because I did one prayer of healing. That was my
I'm
last.
going to say you did that much. He's looking rough. He's looking not happy.
I mean, I should imagine.
He's not bleeding to death, but yeah, he could be a lot better.
I've got nothing.
I can.
I
That's
can
awesome.
charm him into
First-
signing a contract.
I'll go over and I'll cast a couple of cure wounds.
Okay.
Because we know how much he loves that, right, Lily?
Oh.
So
Stop!
he's not even here to defend himself.
Yeah. He's in Pennsylvania.
There you
Cure
go.
wounds, delightful. All right, he's not dying anymore.
Yeah.
That's just gonna play her freaking deal in the meantime.
Be all.
You're still so quiet, Nick.
Let's go.
Ow.
I mean, he's not quite on my end, but I also
Talk
have
now.
Hello?
Yeah, I fixed
Hi.
it. I fixed it.
No, he just got louder.
He did get louder.
He did get louder.
Either way, he's good for me. I also raised his volume on Discord.
Cool.
As I'm healing, I'm gonna be like, well, you may be getting hurt, but at least when I'm here, you won't die.
He just gives you a thumbs up, like very awkwardly, like he's covered in blood at this point, his own blood.
It's
So,
hard to tell
he's
because
just
he's a
like,
red
"Yep."
dragonborn.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
He tips his hat to you.
What hat?
What's
Yeah.
up, gorgeous?
That shit must have
He's
McKitty.
having some
Oh
soup,
wait, I thought you were talking about the prisoner.
No, not that guy.
some sleep. Okay, that's fine. Just leave her alone. Yes, yes, shush. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Yes, it's water, sweetheart.
What percentage is he at? Oh, that's why she's so loud for me. There we go. Fix that.
Don't spit that out on me. Swallow it, James.
Do it. Do it.
You're horrible.
Good job.
I am a horrible person.
I forgot that I can get ceremonious spell.
You could, yeah.
I can't because I was looking at spells.
Ceremony is one of like those ridiculous spells that they put
Very.
in more for roleplay than actual use.
Yep.
I
You're not
can-
supposed to actually use it. It's just like, hey, you want to RP a marriage? You have a thing that can RP marriage now.
I mean, I can also bless water with it, so
Which is a use.
it's
That has a
Holy
use,
water is nice.
and there's atonement for any paladins who stray.
which blessed water can actually be used, or holy water as it's supposed to be called, can actually be used to do radiant damage against fiends and stuff.
Yeah.
Fiends and undead
Which they are
primarily.
weak against. Not that you would know that in character, just out of character. Like,
It's really fun to take holy water and splash it on a vampire.
Sunshine. She's a freaking cleric.
that's actually a misnomer. They don't actually get affected by holy water.
If it's running water, actually, they take acid damage.
That one. Not holy water.
Wait.
They are technically undead, though.
I mean, yes and no, depending on who you ask.
The book calls them an undead.
They are undead.
In my opinion, it's a disease, much like lycanthropy.
Eh?
But yes, you are not incorrect. As type-wise, they are undead.
Awesome.
Where is fucking
So, yeah.
Anyone else gonna do anything, or are we just waiting for the guy to wake
I
up?
mean, I'm mostly waiting for the guy to wake up.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, you
Oh
guys
wait,
gonna do
actually, there's
anything
one thing I want to
now?
do.
Okay.
Did we use identify on the axe to see if it was magical?
I don't believe you did.
I will take 10 minutes to do that.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
would get-
stand guard by the guy.
I will get the card for the axe.
Oh
Oh.
boy. I had a feeling.
Yep.
No one
I
can
don't-
use no one in the party can use this axe, but it's
Oh
Gonna
God,
be
no.
something
It's
good.
it's a large axe. Which,
I
by
mean-
the way,
think I could.
yeah, totally.
That I don't know how much it'll
Person
matter.
who's currently wearing a freaking 25 Street belt.
I don't know how much it'll matter, but like when I did the healing word, he would have healed 3 extra hit points because life cleric.
so the axe.
Boss weapon.
I mean, it is technically a boss weapon. This is the brutal black axe.
Okay.
I had another name for it, but I don't know. Oh, it's right here. Jesus Christ, I'm dumb and don't know how to read. Brutal black battle axe. That one.
Okay. Brutal black
Battle axe
battle axe.
with a triple B.
The BBB.
It is a very large black battle axe, as the name suggests. It has a what is it called? Like a jagged edge. I forget what that's actually called, but serrated. It's a serrated edge. To add more efficient murders. And on a hit, actually on a critical hit, it does 3 times damage, and will apply 2 wounds. Which, by the way, in previous editions of Dungeons and Dragons, wounds were tallied over time, but in this case, a wound is basically not a permanent negative, but a negative temporarily to your maximum HP.
It was on crit. It did what?
3 times more damage.
Three
3
times.
times the damage instead of twice,
3 times
and
damage.
it does wounds. 2 wounds.
And 2 wounds.
On a normal hit, it does 1 wound, and you roll 1d4 for the wounds.
On hit. Applies 1
So wait, how big is
wound.
It's a large class, so you have to be a size category large or bigger to use it.
Type large battle axe.
Which also means that it does, instead of doing, I believe it's a d12 for battle axe, or maybe a d10.
Can we
Uh,
modify the handle at all to be shorter?
Yes and no. The actual composition of the axe, the handle itself is thicker. You could barely get your hand around it.
What's the
you wouldn't
damage
be
it
able to touch your
does?
fingers.
On the regular hit?
On a regular hit, it does 2d10 plus a d6.
2d10 plus.
It doubles it plus a 6
1d6.
because of the serrated edge. So on a crit, it would do 3 times that.
I have it in my inventory because I can't use it.
Cool.
Also, I figured out how to make armor automatically apply to your AC in this game. Or in this thing.
How?
You click on that little item icon next to the weight until it shows the little shirt icon, and you are considered wearing that armor, which will then add to your AC.
Cool.
So if
And
you have
in
armor or
which
shields, you can
screen do you do that? And which screen do you do that?
you do that in your inventory screen. So if you open your items thing and put in like a shield.
Inventory. Hey, look at that. It has a thing on it. Yep.
Yep.
There's carried, not carried, and
There's carried, worn, and not carried.
Steve, I've told you this before.
Yeah, I was playing around with it because of some of the other characters, and I was like, forgotten all of it.
Yep.
Because I
But
never
now
did that with
everyone
Nala.
else knows. That's because Nala didn't really need it.
Nala, I mean, Nala, I just modified the AC
Yeah,
in
I think
custom.
your AC was at 26.
23 and 25 if I Shield of Faith.
Uh-huh.
Shh, baby. Shh.
Which, why wouldn't I Shield of Faith?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nala was ridiculous.
You
And the
all
whip
were
of wounding applies 1 wound per hit.
per hit.
Per hit.
Okay.
It is considered a lethal weapon.
Which means
By
you
the way-
cannot do non-lethal damage.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. With a lethal weapon, you cannot do non-lethal damage.
So I can cut their head off.
I mean, yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, you
The
could.
guy's a bounty hunter. Sometimes they don't have to be alive. Sometimes you just need a head.
You could cut their heads off if you were able to wield this weapon.
I mean, I am wielding the whip of wounding.
Oh,
He
the
is.
whip of wounding.
He is.
I thought you were still talking about the brutal black battle axe.
Mm-mm.
Nope. There are a bunch of different weapons that apply wounds.
So we shall wait for him to wake up then.
Alright, so there goes 10 minutes.
And actually, during those 10 minutes, he would have woken up.
As he is going to just sit right near the side of the damn brig and just stare at him hard.
So, to describe the scenario, the brig of the ship is on the second lowest part of the ship. There's another area below that that's kind of like the storage area. The brig is used for the obvious usage, which is to store criminals or people that are dissentful towards the rest of the crew.
No, baby, I can't.
In this case, he is in the center, quote unquote, cage. It's literally just an iron bar cell thing that's in the middle of the room. It's considered the holding cell. There's enough room for him and one other person to be inside the cell. Other than that, you guys are going to be outside of the cell, looking in on him.
What is his
So,
reaction to Thalia?
I will let you know.
Yeah, Deliah's gonna walk on down and...
So, Steve, if you could, I would like you to make an intimidation roll at advantage.
Add advantage.
Oh, I was
Alrighty.
gonna say I will bless or not bless guidance him as well to give him a D4.
Alrighty.
Cool. Do that. You do that thing.
And we'll just add in this. So that's a total of 17.
So unfortunately, it doesn't matter what you have rolled because he rolled really well. And looking at you, he just kind of brushes you off as if you did nothing to him. And says in a very mellow tone, "So you gonna tell me why you're holding me here?"
I had a feeling this might happen, so I have prepared something else.
Oh, so you didn't you didn't roll at advantage.
Oh, I did not roll at advantage.
Yeah, you should have rolled at advantage, dumbass. Roll at advantage.
Roll
Do, do,
well,
do.
roll once more.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Okay,
have been
well, you
any...
didn't roll it well, so get fucked.
However, I am prepared for this sort of occasion with this.
Cool. Okay. I believe that's a charisma save.
I will confirm or deny that in just a moment.
Got a little scared.
Wisdom,
Wisdom
all right.
saving.
What's the DC for it?
15.
He fails.
Alrighty. Hi, buddy. Why don't you
So-
tell me all about that crew you were just with?
So in the middle of him saying what he was saying before, he just kind of looks back at you and like instantly his demeanor softens, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you, the guy that punched me in the nuts."
Lady.
Lady, yeah.
Turns out he's a masochist.
Apparently.
Many things.
That's a woman.
Oh,
All right,
Fine.
I'm not gonna deny it. All right. Well, you see, the captain there, the guy with the big armor that you kind of crushed into the deck of the ship, which was, by the way, pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. We kind of heard about the little package you guys were delivering to the towns up north, and we kind of wanted it. So here we are.
Ah,
take
so
it,
just
Miguel.
common banditry.
Fail.
You had nothing else going on here?
I mean, the captain always had his connections, but he didn't really ever tell any of us his secrets. There might be more on that ship of ours that might clue you in on what his plans were, but for all we knew, he was just here to get the package. Whatever that package was, he just told us it was a lot of loot that we could get.
Hmm.
Which, in all honesty, we already had a lot of loot.
Yes, you did. Now you don't.
Yeah, I guess that's yours now. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for that generous donation.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Was there any other ships? Or did you guys already had one?
I know the captain had some connections in the area that he could have called to, but I don't think
You wanted
I don't
to
think
split
he
it.
I don't think he wanted to split the money, to be honest. And if
Ah,
he
greed.
did, yeah, greed is a great thing because we got a lot of money, and then we don't have a lot of money because we're all dead.
Well, you
Hey.
made it out alive.
Exactly. Gotta look up on the bright side.
Did I see the control?
I mean, we got an hour with this guy being as cooperative as possible.
I know,
If anyone
I know.
else has something,
The way I like to look at it, the charm person spell makes him a pure optimist for an hour.
So any usual routes that other pirates take?
What, baby?
Is
Oh,
there-
of course. There's the Red Willow that runs along the shoreline. They usually travel at night. So as long as you don't move about too much at night, you should be fine avoiding them. During the day, though, there aren't that many open bandits as it were, and most of us do our hunting at night when the crew's unexpected. But you guys had a sharp eye. Were able to see us coming from a mile away.
Yep.
oh yes.
Good coordination tends to do that.
Had we been able to get on your ship unseen, you'd probably all be dead right now.
There'll probably be a few less scorched victims.
Fair enough. Was that you that did that, by the way?
Oh yes, that was me.
Of course it is.
I'm a very talented individual.
Well, you certainly convinced me of that.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go through second puberty in about a week.
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
I mean, my balls will drop at some point.
If they get down from your chest.
Well, all I can say is you can have all the hope in the world, but there are some things that just don't fix on their own.
I mean, at least you aren't allergic to nuts because they could have been lodged in your throat.
What
A
movie is that
ve-
from?
A very good point.
There's been a couple of movies that said that line.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Wait, was that Sunshine and character saying that?
Yeah, no, Sunshine said that in character.
I was just gonna just start laughing at that.
Mm,
Like I said, unless
crunchy.
if you guys got, oh god, if you guys have anything you wanna press out of this guy, now's the time. We've got an hour.
Were there any holy men on your ship or among your people?
Some what? I didn't hear that.
Holy men.
Holy man.
Holy men among your seamen.
Not that I knew of. There might be some religious individuals that.
Any
believe in a higher
blessed
power, but-
seaman.
No.
That's proportion.
Uh,
No, not that I knew of. There might have been a I don't know, a devout follower of one of the gods, but
Okay, so you guys aren't really driven. You're just assholes. Okay.
They're not a cult.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Oh, it's always a good
Actually,
thing.
about your captain, he was a pretty big dude.
yeah, he was a half orc.
Really? I haven't seen him that big before.
They can get pretty big.
Okay,
Depends on their age.
Kalis would have asked one of them to ask him during the interrogation who Mr. M was.
Oh, that's a good point. Who is Mr.
Is it-
M?
Balasar's still not here, but he would have talked to him before the.
Yeah. So he kind of looks at you a little weird and says, "I've never heard that name before."
I want to see if he's lying.
He's not.
I could just tell.
He's charmed.
He's charmed. He doesn't tell you lies.
Okay then.
Oh yeah, another thing. That guy with the big whip. What was his deal? Like, what was his role?
I'm also
Was he
eating
just
popcorn.
kinky, or is he the one who beat you guys?
I mean, he was a hard ass. That was the first mate. He's been running with the captain for a long time. All I know is that that's how he usually kept us in line, was whipping us if we ever did anything wrong.
Leave it.
Whip like
That seems like a pretty nasty whip.
yeah, it
Trust
seemed
me.
to hurt.
I know. I got a couple lashes to show for it.
Mm. That axe that your captain had was pretty nasty as well.
Ah, yeah. Triple B.
Yep.
We picked that up on a raid for one of the fellow pirate captains in the area. We were raiding one of the, I think it was either a lighthouse or some kind of fort or something. Found that in there.
What was the name of that captain?
Our captain?
No, well,
Well, the one that sent you to go raid the lighthouse or fort or whatever to get Triple B.
Oh, that was well, it wasn't for that, but we just happened to find it. That would have been Captain Ironhide.
making a note of that.
That's one of the more higher up captains in the area. He won't be roaming these waters though. He stays near the hideaway. Oh, the highway. Well, you see,
Guys, I'll be right back.
go ahead. Well, you see, if you follow the, there's like this like rocky outcropping north of here. If you follow that along the west edge, and go around these this big rocky not an outcropping, but like almost like an island, but a small mountain. You'll see what I mean when you're there. But when you get there, that's where our little alcove and underwater kind of thing is neat. We've been building that for like 30 some odd years.
How very organized.
I mean, there's like 40 pirate groups in this area. They all go back there when they need to. It's a real pirate haven.
Good to know.
How does one get in?
I imagine you fly a Jolly Roger and you sail right up.
Actually, no. Just putting on a flag like that doesn't do shit in these areas.
They all
Maybe-
talk to each other.
Maybe like 600 or 700 years ago when we were unorganized, but now all the pirates know each other. And if you don't know each other, you kill each other. Because that's how it goes. Also, most of the pirate captains know their crew before they become a captain. So they pass off their lineage or whatever. That's why you always see the same kind of pirates all over the place. Like Ironhide, he's been around in these parts for 250 years, but it's not the same captain. He gets killed off like every other 10 years or so. Now, the real captain that you want to look out for is Black Eye. Black Eye is, well, suffice to say, he's called Black Eye for a reason.
Because someone socked him in the eye one real
Yeah,
hard.
does he have the black eye or does he give the black eye?
No, more like,
Both his eyes are black, pitch black.
so, none of you are tieflings, am I right?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Cool. In that case, he's just gonna look at you and say, "You ever seen one of those walking devils?"
Ah,
Humanoid.
yes, actually I have.
Yeah. Well, Black Eye is one of those. They're he's got black skin. His eyes are coals. And when he gets real angry, they start to glow with a red pulse. And his horns are bigger than a frickin' ram. They're huge. And he's probably one of the toughest sons of bitches you'll ever meet in all the world. He's gotten himself out of many a tight places and has sunk hundreds of ships. We don't know how old he is, but we know that he is one of the very first pirate captains from this area. You want to start getting on the good side of Black Eye, what you want to do is, well, don't get sunk by him, because, well,
So is
I
this
don't
a
know.
fight that gets his respect a bit? I think.
No, more like you get thrown in the brig for a long time until he decides to let you go at the nearest port, and then let you tell the stories of Black Eye. He does that with a lot of prisoners. The ones that he doesn't mutilate and turn into a new head mat, or what do you call those things? Figurehead for the front of the ship. Which, by the way, he has 6 different figureheads. Each of them are an amalgamation of different corpses. He's a sick son of a bitch. But, he is, after all, the Pirate King. You do, in fact, come back to corpses. You came back in the middle of me talking about Black Eye.
Okay.
Joe,
Before you have
Yes?
can I walk to the other ship and search for information? What our shipment is supposed to be?
I mean, I rolled in that 20 for investigation.
He did. And he did find stuff.
For treasure.
No. He was
No?
investigating in general.
Okay.
And I already gave him the note for it.
Which the group would know about, but Balasar's not here.
Yeah. I'm just rolling it. Oh, look who's here. We were literally just talking about you.
Speak of the devil and he
Speak
shall
of the devil.
appear.
Hello,
Hello?
Balasai.
Hello.
We've been talking about pirates.
Oh, convenient. Have we not accomplished any actual goals yet?
We're interrogating a prisoner. Well,
Yep.
Oh,
the only prisoner.
Joe, would you mind sending me a picture of my spells? Because I do not remember what I have.
Indeed, I can.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Spells.
That's all I should need. Everything else I'm good with.
I identified the axe that almost killed you.
Where's the print screen? There it is.
Turns out it's a doozy.
Hey, computer, you want to work maybe?
What,
Probably
the one that almost killed me?
Yeah,
Steve?
the one that almost killed you.
Oh, cool. Too bad no, I probably can't wield it.
No.
No one can.
No, no one can.
The only one who would have had a chance of wielding it in the current party is me, but I went wizard, so I can't.
Technically, you're still medium sized.
My print screen.
I
isn't
count
working.
for one size larger.
Alright.
I'm medium sized, but I count as large.
Well, this is awkward.
What?
I can't print screen.
Okay. What is it? 4 spells,
Oh,
I
I know.
think?
Oh, I know why. It's because they have dual monitor setup. What?
I have 4 spells, right?
You have 6. I can
Joe.
actually. I can just list them off
Joe.
if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
No, Joe. You go to the search bar and hit snip, like just type in snipping tool, and
Oh, yeah, that would work.
you could just basically use that to just copy paste any part of your screen, so you could just get the sheet itself, and that's it.
You know something? It's almost like you know what you're talking about, Nick. So I'm just gonna do what you're telling me to. So
Almost. He
Almost.
doesn't have any idea, though. He's just guessing.
Snipping tool, click it, it will pull up a little.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Yeah, hit new, and then you could just it freeze frames any image that was there, and then you could just take like
That's-
put out a section and
that's
then
pretty
copy
great.
paste it to whatever.
That's pretty great. All right, file.
This is how I do my shit. This is how you see me just pull up small images of things at times.
However, oh well, I am pinging or not pinging. I am pinning this to the taskbar because I want that shit. I'll just do this to desktop. Fuck it. Spells, not spells. 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 All right.
Quality of life for Joe. For
You
Joe.
could have just literally just sent the snip part to me. And
There you go.
Fine. I would have known exactly what it was.
You got
Now
it
I
now.
just gotta,
It's there.
now I just gotta wait 10 minutes for my internet to catch up with it and actually give it to me.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Did you put it in gaming? Oh, you put it in gaming. Okay, cool. Thank
that
you,
way
Lily.
it's not taking forever. Yay, Lily is the best.
Cool.
Also,
Anyway,
I don't think it's gonna matter if everyone sees all your spells.
not really.
Especially since this is literally first level spells.
Yeah. Oh, once I get farther, some of them are going to be kind of secretive and conserved. But that's for later. Anyway,
It's second.
back to interrogating the prisoner.
Yep.
I just made a public note for what we're hearing.
Slim, question for you. Do you want to be
Possibly.
present at said interrogation?
No, I will probably honestly stay up on the deck and continue
Okay.
piloting the ship because that's kind of my job. Or making sure nobody else fucks it up, I guess would be.
That's
reason I say
okay.
this is
I'm
because-
I'm using a spell that would make you have alternate reality flashbacks anyway.
Basically, yeah.
I charmed him.
I basically would be saying you know almost all the names I'm saying, or at least know of them and know how bad or great they are.
Oh.
That's the only addition that you'd be able to say, like, oh yeah, I know that person, or I don't know that person, or yeah, that person's great.
I mean,
or
so
that
far
person's
we've only
great.
gotten Ironhide and Black Eye.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Red
somebody in the
Willow.
party will mention them to me if they're important.
I mean, yeah.
So
You also now know the location of the pirate hideout.
Oh yeah, that too.
cool. I guess I would start heading there then.
Would you though?
Please don't.
I don't know. I don't know enough of the rest of the information.
We're delivering a
You're
we're
level
currently
4.
delivering a
You're level
package.
4. You're not gonna be able to fight 40 groups of pirates by yourselves.
Oh, all right.
But now you have that information, so now you can
You
use
don't
it.
have
we-
to fight Dutchman, motherfucker.
Would releasing the cargo help?
Probably not.
I mean, it might make us slightly faster.
I thought you said releasing the Kraken out.
Would release the
No, cargo. But
Release
Kraken-
the
Release the
This is
Kraken!
not the Flying Dutchman, unfortunately.
This is why you invest in animal handling.
I mean,
Because then the Krakens are fantastic.
Krakens are not beasts.
And monsters, no?
I am
Monstrosities.
Monstrosities.
They are monstrosities.
I'm not the animal handling person.
However,
I'm
Charm
not-
Monster is a great spell to have.
Hey, there you go. If you have that, then you can have a Kraken of your own.
For a little
Just
while.
Hope it doesn't just hope it doesn't break free and go. You know something? You're a real piece of shit, and then eat you.
We need permanent spell on it.
And
Oh, don't
yeah,
worry. I
yeah.
could pick up permanency.
Also, I should mention that it does get a chance to break free every hour.
It's not like it has legendary resistance or anything.
Oh yeah, totally. It's not just
I
gonna
mean-
go and then gone.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It has legendary actions.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
look,
actions. I don't think it
uh,
gets resistance.
No, it doesn't.
Good sir, you are playing with a DM. I'm pretty sure the
can do-
DM gets to say yes or no to stuff.
Hmm.
That sounds like.
So
a
you're
giant-
just gonna change every creature.
I mean, not every creature, but those that I feel as though that should be changed.
Anyway,
Back to the game.
So technically, before this interrogation would have happened, Kalos would have gone up to Balasar to talk to him real quick because he found a note.
oh okay.
Oh, hey, look.
And
Wibbly wobbly timey space.
Well, he's here now, so
Wibbly wobbly,
Uh,
timey wimey.
does he want me? Do you want me to go into whispers or something?
no, it can be in front of everyone. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Kalos just hands you a note that has information on when the ship would arrive, the date that it would arrive, your name, that it carries a package, and signed by Mr. M. So Kalos would ask him who knew about this particular voyage and who's screwing you because someone sold you out.
Interesting. I didn't know I was able to be sold out, to be honest. But Joe, I wasn't here last session, so I might need more answers from that than I thought. So
Yep. Do you want more answers?
yes,
Do you want to go in whispers?
sure. Pull me into yeah, let's go to whispers.
I don't have any biscuits, baby.
You do. Sophie got.
Well, they're Sophie's. They're not mine, are they?
I'm gonna go use the bathroom in the meantime.
Yeah, I was about to say, now's a good time for me
Sophie
to go use the
have
bathroom.
some. That's why I can have some.
I'm gonna make something to drink.
Babe, you've had something to eat. You've had lots to eat today.
Okay.
It's too late now. It's 10 o'clock in the evening. You
Hey,
should
what
be
is-
asleep.
This.
It's a letter.
It's the Easter Bunny letter.
Yeah.
What's the bunny letter?
Yes, my darling. It's an Easter Bunny letter.
Thank you, Mrs. The bunny letter.
I mean, technically you just stole it, but okay. Okay. James, don't put it in your mouth, sweetheart.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay, hi Nick.
Welcome back.
Okay.
we are back.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I also got a whole pack of these like cream cheese crackers. There's like 6 packs of crackers in here, and I want to eat them all.
So you did not get a high enough roll to know who that is, so all you would know is Mr. M. That's a name.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Curious, after hearing the name Mr. M mentioned, would I know anything from criminal background or no?
Make an intelligence check.
As a bounty hunter, would I?
Actually, would Lily even have known anything about the name Mr. Graham? Because he said he talked to me on the side.
No, I said I talked to you in front of everyone.
Oh, did you say in front of
He
everyone?
did say that, so it
Oh,
was
okay.
out loud.
Oh, okay, I didn't catch that. I misheard. Oh,
No jack shit.
However, she does not know jack shit, so
Mr. M, like Mr.
Mr.
As a bounty hunter, would I?
I mean,
I'm not just trying to fish for. A
yeah,
roll,
I
I'm just
know.
Curious.
Jay.
Fuck it, I'll let you try.
Okay.
It's gonna be different information than what they would know.
It was a natural 19. So what am I rolling?
That would be intelligence.
That's really high.
Who is the screaming kid?
Who do you think?
Well, it's Lily's muted, so it'd be Sunshine, which means I'm
It would
turning
be
Sunshine
Sunshine.
down.
Yes.
Oh wow,
23.
You got a 23. All right.
Uh-huh.
So intelligence or intelligence. So bounty hunters don't really know that much about the criminal world, only that they are sent after very specific people. In this case, Mr. M, there are a few people that pop to mind, and considering you guys are dealing with pirates, really the only few people that you would know of that would be able to influence a pirate captain to come hunt down a package for them, no matter what the package might be. In this case, it could be another pirate captain of a higher class, so one of the 40 pirate quote-unquote lords, or it could be someone who either has sway over one of those pirates, maybe something that they know, or have one of their family members. But in this case, it would most likely be someone related to the pirate background. But there isn't enough information to really know who that might be.
Okay.
I'm back. What I miss?
Narrowing down who Mr. M is.
Ah. What were the intelligence checks for?
To
That-
see,
Figuring that out.
yeah, figuring that out.
Guess what? We know he's a pirate lord or somebody that would have sway over them. We didn't figure out much.
Well, the guy did tell me that he's the pirate king.
Does he have a bounty on his head? That's what I'm
No,
curious
we're
about.
we're not talking about. We're not talking about.
Again,
Oh no, you're talking about Mr. M, not Black Eye.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Black Eye is different. Mr. M doesn't really have a name associated with it. If that was someone that you would know, you would be able to tell whether or not they had a bounty. All pirates have bounties, though.
Okay.
As is the way of the sea.
Money's a good motivator for Kayla, so I was just curious.
Bounty hunter's not doing a very good job considering I probably do have a bounty.
Hashtag not all pirates.
Only the people that are still trying to murder other people.
Depends on how much you're worth, whether you're worth this
Probably.
time or not.
Probably only worth it to one person.
Pirate lives matter.
No, they don't.
Pirate lives matter. It depends on what kind of pirate it is. If it's like, why can't I remember his name?
Jack Sparrow.
If it's Jack Sparrow, then yes. If it's like fucking whatever the fuck his name is, Barbados, then no.
Barbosa?
Yeah, Barbosa, that one.
Anyway.
Barbosa was an asshole.
He kind of
Yeah, that
was at first. He got better later.
He really
So,
did.
Also, there's
Kalos
like,
would be curious about Balasar and who knew about this voyage and who could have potentially screwed him over.
I would
Because
be as
someone
well.
sold him out.
At this point, I would be too, but Joe, Azamar. Anything? No, yes, maybe?
Asmar.
Thought-
What? Huh?
Remember my backstory? The person that
Yeah.
I freed all the slaves from, you said it was an Azamar.
Yeah.
Not that. That would
Not that. No.
Okay. That would be the only thing I was thinking of. Anyway, continue.
I mean, you have to respond to what he just asked you, which in this case would be
Oh.
whether or not you know who screwed you over.
I would tell him straight up that would be the only person I would have any possible inkling of. But at the same time, he's still hunting the bounty, as far as I know. But like, I'll tell him that straight up. I don't care.
Interesting. You've dealt with an Azamar before. Okay, back to normal time.
Yay. All right. Back to present day. Interrogation. Continue. Say things. Now.
Mr. Man, sir. I don't know
I
your
have a
name.
name, you know.
Well, what is your name?
That's a great question.
I have a
Your
name.
own name.
Man, you just,
Um,
it seems like you had this right on the tip of your tongue.
No, my name is Charlie.
Oh, okay. So, Charlie, are you a particularly religious man yourself?
Fuck no. I'm a pirate.
Well, you said that there may have been some that were religious. Fuck you.
I
I
mean,
mean, there are gods
sure.
of the sea.
They're all
I
dead.
mean, you do know. Well, Sunshine knows. Me.
I mean, there are superstitions of the sea. Those who believe in said superstitions, not that I am one such person myself, well, they live in fear of a lot of things. I'm not one such person, as I am still alive after failing at a raid.
I mean,
Nothing that says that we have to keep it that way.
yeah, not for long, maybe. I mean, it's not up to me, it's up to these guys.
I mean, I've been pretty forthcoming.
You have been.
That's worth something.
But you still came at us.
I mean,
True,
those
but
were my
he did
orders.
lose. He did lose far more than he gained from this.
Really did.
My balls still haven't dropped.
Yeah, there's some weird paste on my Kestis afterwards. I kind of washed that off in the sea.
You might be a little salty.
Well, does anybody else have any questions for this guy?
I'm tapped out. I've asked all that I can think of to ask this.
And technically, Kalos isn't there.
And neither am I, so you know that.
Well then.
Sigma, do you have anything?
No, nothing to add.
So after like 10 minutes of interrogation, he's just like, so, now what?
Well, now I'm gonna leave, and you're gonna stay here, cause you know that's how steel bars work. And
Gotcha.
yeah, bye. And I turn around and leave, taking
Wait, bye.
Vazana with me
Bye.
as she's on my shoulder.
Kazana's just gonna like wave quietly. Hi.
I'm just gonna
Dude, seriously, do you have to have that so loud?
Roll.
Aua.
ow.
Sorry.
That was pretty loud.
Yes, it was.
So,
Also
what do I
pretty-
see with my 24 perception?
I mean, you see the night sky, you see some water.
Oh, is it nighttime?
Seriously,
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Okay.
This was a nighttime raid.
Has
Well, we
everybody
didn't know
left the guy alone?
Has everyone what? The guy? What? Huh?
Has everyone left the guy?
No,
Oh,
Sunshine's.
Yeah, at this point.
Well, Sunshine's still hanging out down there, just watching him.
I will go ahead and go
That.
down. Offer Sunshine some rum, and yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I have to, just for clarification, we're stopped right now. We're not moving, so you wouldn't need to be helming the ship.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't travel at night, because that's suicide.
Also
Got it.
pirates.
Also pirates.
Huh, pirates.
Pirates hunt at night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Ballister and say, "Hey, beware of pirates."
I'm just gonna just give him a stink eye and kind of just shake it off.
Considering one almost killed you, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Not to mention, I'm a freaking pirate.
Arr!
And then, on a more serious note, ask if you know what he knows about Ironhide and Black Eye.
I know nothing about these guys. Correct,
Yes,
Joe?
you would.
I
Yes,
would.
You would. You would,
Oh,
you would
come
know those
on!
names.
Ugh.
I haven't told you because it's history stuff that comes from being a
Okay.
pirate.
Well, this would be stuff I would tell to the whole group, so feel free to just say it here, because obviously we all would
All
need
right.
to know this information.
Make a history check.
Joe, make me a history check.
Gotcha. Doing that now.
Make a history check. No, make me a history.
Make a history check. No, make a history check.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is the one that I wanted to
I
do.
like how I waited for Ballister to be here and it was completely unneeded.
Okay, so you got a 15. Ironhide is actually one of the pirate lords. There are 40 of those. He's one of the lesser ones. He's not like a huge name, but he has a few other pirates that are under his command. He also doesn't really go back to port that often. He usually has his own hideout that he goes to. He's also one of the pirates that go further north rather than in the straits down in the south here. However, Black Eye is an extraordinarily notorious pirate that you have definitely heard about. You might have actually even seen him once or twice in your life. He is a black tiefling with black coal eyes and massive black ram horns.
Oh, go figure.
And he is called the Satan of the Sea.
Lovely.
Yeah. He is a very, very evil person. He has sunk hundreds of ships, and basically, he's the pirate king. He's the guy that you would have reported to at some point in your life, had you actually wanted to. And he rules over at the Pirate Cove to the west. What? Yeah. Anyways, she said Balasar is a pirate, which true, you are, but anyways, Black Eye or the Satan of the Sea is known for having 6 figureheads. One for each, or not one for each, but one of like consideration for what he has achieved in his long reign as a pirate. Supposedly, the figureheads are made from the corpses of captains that he has personally saw to kill. And there are 6 of those figureheads. So,
Good at taxidermy then.
oh no! It is not it's not a corpse. It's like a burnt up, ashen skeleton.
Then say the burnt remains rather
Yeah,
than corpses.
it's also laced with the body parts of their crew members, like arms and legs and maybe some bits of their jaw or whatever.
Cool.
And you got 6 of those. So-
Yeah. So stay the fuck away from him. On the other hand, the other guy might be a valid target. If we're
There's
going
some
after
complication
somebody.
everywhere.
I mean,
If we are.
from what you know now, which is that Ironhide used to hire the guy that attacked you, you might want to talk to Ironhide because he might know something about all of this.
Interesting.
Okay, so
Yeah. I'll
Real
announce
quick.
it to the group.
Yes.
I just want to clarify something. Because I have a feature called Ear to the Ground, I'll send it to you in a second. Is Mr. M a part of high society at all?
That's a great question. I want to see this skill first.
Okay, hold on. High value targets, I'm assuming I chose high society because higher end targets, because for reasons. And so if he's into high society, there's a very good chance I've heard more than just I know a little more.
No, he is not.
Okay. I forgot that it had an actual feature, so I just wanted to clarify. Continue.
Yep. Balasar, Geo.
Yep.
What?
So that was the extent of what we get out of him.
Yeah, for the most part. Actually, there would be one other name that would have been mentioned in passing. The Red Willow. Now, the Red Willow is technically a fleet of captains, 3 in particular. Each of them is a. Oh God, what I can't think of the name for it. God damn it. God damn it. Why is my brain dwarf? Jesus, could not think of the word. I'm dumb. Each of them are dwarves, and they are part of the Redbeard clan, and they have become pirates in the past 100 years or so. They're all female, by the way.
Could I throw a history check on if I could know about them? Since they're all dwarves. Actually, no. Wait a minute. Are they hill or mountain dwarves?
Mountain.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Yeah. Aren't you a mountain dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, are you a redhead?
Yes.
Yeah, make a history check. You might be part. Okay then.
It might be part of the freaking clan.
I mean, yeah.
Oh God.
You're a part of the Redbeards if you're a redhead.
Where is history?
Because almost all Redbeards are redheads. Some are auburn or brown. Or, yeah.
But are all redheads red beards?
I mean, no, considering not all redheads are dwarves.
No, I meant redhead dwarves.
No, not all redhead dwarves are redbeards.
12, by the way.
But almost all redbeards are redheads. Also, a 12 is not enough to know, unfortunately.
Would I know anything though, as a?
I mean, I'm yes, because I was literally in the middle of telling you what you knew, from your previous role, which was a 15. You also know that the Red Willows are, they're not a aggressive crew, but if you intercede on parts of their shipment, they're almost closer to a privateer crew, and they definitely do not report to any other captains. Each of them has 2 ships, one for quote-unquote pirating, while the other one is for privateering and doing honest civilian work. And supposedly they are all sisters.
Interesting.
Well, good thing they're not related to freaking Asgard, but in that retrospect.
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ. How are all of you pirates?
Cool. So yeah, I would
Anyways.
relay the information to the group because.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna look a little bit mad at that.
And I would also just say personally, I wouldn't mind going after Ironhide, since he tried to kill me in the past.
You might want to finish your job first.
Yeah.
Just real.
Just I am gonna throw that out there, obviously. Yeah.
There's apparently the Red Willows are apparently and all the captains are female redheaded dwarf sisters.
Yep.
Supposedly sisters, anyway.
I just thought of something else to ask our prisoner.
I mean, ask it. He's
So,
still under the effects.
Yeah, I was gonna go down and ask, what was the name of the captain that we killed?
I put it in the public notes that I just made.
Did you though?
Yeah.
Did I even tell you guys what his name was?
What?
Who's
No.
Oh no.
guy downstairs?
Oh.
I was answering.
Yeah, the captain's name Let me see. I actually have to look through my notes, considering he was a small time. That would be the Green Giant.
Of course.
Yeah. Which, by the way, he's a half orc, so he's green.
Oh,
No, I got that.
I didn't know it was a half orc.
I mean, I said that out loud.
Yeah, or
That doesn't mean I remember it. It was
Fair,
2 weeks ago.
fair.
No,
No,
it was
I said it like literally 20 minutes ago.
Oh,
Lol.
fine. I wasn't paying attention.
I
To be fair, I'm not there.
mean, you're not. Anyways, back to
Out of
whatever else you
curiosity-
guys were asking. Yes.
Out of curiosity, where is everybody again? Like, where are they? Below, above?
I'm in the
Well,
crow's nest, making sure we don't get fucked.
This is after interrogation, so we're now currently talking to the captain about this.
Well, Sunshine's still hanging out by that guy, just like sitting there, like watching,
Yeah.
all creepy and cat-like.
I would have come back after leaving to ask him the captain's name.
Yeah, you're just permanently glued to her shoulders.
It's your favorite seat.
It's my sitting post.
Halfling on one shoulder, owl on the other.
I would have assumed the owl sits on top of the halfling
No.
Totem pole.
totem pole.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
was
they're
gonna
almost-
say-
Nah,
size, that's
it's a
what-
great horned owl, so they're roughly the same size.
I was gonna say.
Oh dear God.
I mean, the whole
if-
situation.
If the owl actually passed his strength saving throw, he could probably carry the fucking halfling.
Owls are not
Chicken ride
strong.
owl in the
No,
battle.
not at all.
Owls are not strong.
No, not at all.
I mean, the whole situation sounds like a hoot.
Ha! Ha!
As Malice flies over and pecks you on the head. Yeah, no, they have a -4 strength.
-4? Jam, dude.
Well, they have a -4 modifier. It's a 3 strength.
Yeah. I figured it was like a 3 or a 2. Owl puns.
Lovely. Anywho,
Any hoot?
Get the fuck out, all of you. You're done.
Well, owl be damned.
I hate puns, but I couldn't help
Oh
myself.
my
Anyway,
God.
continuing with the story.
Yes, please.
You were all talking to the
means
captain.
Yeah, that means all you guys start talking.
Okay.
is the captain another one of the prisoners, by the way?
No,
No.
we're
You-
talking about
We
Balasar.
imprisoned
Yes.
our captain.
Yes, you
Oh,
are a
me,
prisoner of your own ship.
That's what I was checking. Is it me, Captain, or
There's only one
The other
prisoner.
captain is dead.
There's only
other
one
captain is
prisoner.
crushed
He is not a
walls, too.
captain. This is
You guys
Johnny
keep
No
trying to
Nuts.
Right, a weapon that's ridiculous.
Tiny
Uh,
no nuts.
I said
Cool.
Johnny. I said Johnny No Nuts.
His name's Charlie.
close enough?
Whatever.
Anyway, Joe.
Yes.
Oh, never mind, not Joe. Everybody else. Sorry.
Well,
I don't have anything else to say. I mean, I've put in my suggestion of what we do, but obviously, yeah, we need to finish delivering our current cargo first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although after we're done with that, yeah, I definitely think Ironhide is the best next step.
Yeah, we need to find out what the hell is going on here. Let alone, if we could get him on our side, we could probably deal with the pirates less in our regular stuff.
Anybody want to figure out what the cargo is that we're carrying?
I already know what the cargo
I'm
is.
fully aware of
FYI.
that, but we're not
Okay,
acquainted really.
fair enough.
I mean, it did hire you.
Yes, but that's not the same as knowing someone.
Fair.
True.
I'm a bounty hunter. I get hired by lots of people.
He doesn't care. He just wants the money.
Fair.
You offer him
Basically.
high enough money, he'll do a lot of things for no questions asked.
Within reason. My character has alignments.
The
I mean,
question
true,
is
but
it-
still.
the question is it a very private cargo that you're not allowed to show everyone else?
I guess that's a good point, Joe. Was I allowed to say anything or no?
No, you are not allowed to say anything about this.
All right, fair. Then there's your answer.
Sworn to
Um,
secrecy.
What he said.
Okay.
I was gonna role play it, but he stole it.
You're welcome.
To be fair, he is the one actually playing your
I
character
was gonna say,
mechanically.
like, technically we are the same person right now.
Zimby, he's a dong.
Hey, that's my line.
Anyway, Joe, the only time we could actually, know about it if we found out another way. And
Yep.
Balasar basically keeps the secret.
So at this point, it's around. Well, actually, it's probably like late in the evening now. Probably like 12, or so, like midnight, getting close to 1 a.m. It's late.
Okay, who has first watch?
I mean, I'm already there.
Okay,
Yes.
who has second watch?
Still there.
Wait, do you even
You-
sleep?
I mean, I'm an elf.
That's true. Yeah.
He does have
He
some
only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, but he does need a meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah, he gets 4
Which-
hours.
Which I was gonna say he can do it at any point during the day, considering you're traveling.
Yeah. All right. Have fun up there. It's, like,
I'll take the first two. Don't get me wrong. The third can go to someone else if there is a third.
There is no
It's
third.
ready.
Oh well, then I guess I'm up here all night.
Yep.
By any chance, do I see a bird?
You
Hoot,
want bird?
hoot.
I mean,
We're on the sea. I assume
You
there
are.
are seagulls.
there are seagulls, but they are asleep.
There's also
But
my
they aren't
phoenix,
nocturnal.
my bird.
You
Yeah, you didn't know that. I have a phoenix, a pseudo
He
phoenix.
has pseudo phoenix, but it's
It's a
usually on his shoulder.
I don't think you want me to shoot that.
No,
No.
definitely not. Well, actually, it's a pseudo phoenix. It'd come back. But yeah, please don't shoot it.
It
I am
might-
currently looking for a target because I'm bored.
There's probably
I'll put an.
bats.
I
I'm
mean-
willing to put an apple on my head because I'm drunk.
Well,
Can you
Well, you
actually
can make more
manage to
rolls
put
if
an apple
it's
on your
weird.
head because you're drunk?
Okay, so you have a bounty on your head and you offered this. I have to roll something real quick. If I roll higher than a 10, we're doing this.
Ashley is gonna fucking drag Balasar away from his
I rolled a fucking 2. You are safe.
Well, Aslia apparently is also pulling me away or something.
that's why he got it too.
No one on this ship knows that I'm a bounty hunter aside from 2 people. 3
He's
people.
like, no, he's like, as soon as he says I could put an apple on my head so you can shoot at.
Didn't you
Ashley-
scream to the wind that I'm a bounty hunter, guys?
No, why would I do that? My character doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah, anyway. I'm just pulling the drunk away from doing something stupid, like putting an apple on his head to be shot at.
I'm not drunk.
Like, fine, and I'll offer
No,
him
Balasar.
rum. I'm gonna offer Aslia rum because he's a dwarf, and I feel like he might take it.
Him?
Again,
She.
she.
Her.
It is a woman. Hey,
Yes.
woman.
Take some.
I'm still gonna offer her rum.
Dwarf?
Still
Because-
take it, but I'm going to keep him from going to do something stupid from upstairs.
That's actually a good question. What do you call people that aren't a man or human? I guess humanoid. Nah, whatever.
Humanoid, yeah.
Semantics.
Girls? Women?
I mean,
Female?
no. If you're an elf, you're not a man or a human. So why do we call you man? Or
Well, in the context of they're
Yeah.
called races, they would still be just an elven woman.
yeah, I realize this.
Anyway,
Semantics. Anyways,
Semantics are
But
important.
it's better to not think of it because,
because our
Fine.
brains would melt over like 5 seconds.
yeah, and also we will end up arguing for like 10 hours and just not have a session.
Which we do quite
Can I go
often.
fishing with my bow?
Put a rope on it.
I mean, I'm gonna say maybe
Bow fishing is a thing.
It is, actually.
from the crow's nest.
Yes, actually. I think I would do it off the fucking
But
thing.
the long
I
enough
have
line.
sharpshooter. I might as well fucking use it.
With a
Alright.
long enough line.
Make some rolls, dude.
Joe, I seen someone do it off fucking
Eh.
damn.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
what am I
Nick,
rolling first?
attack rolls.
Okay, I rolled a natural 17. So that's 9's 28 minus 5, 23.
Why -5?
He's
I'm
sharpshooting.
using sharpshooter.
Oh, I'm dumb.
doesn't that increase damage?
Yes.
It absolutely does.
-5 to the attack roll, plus 10 to the damage.
Well, you
Maybe
definitely
it's just-
hit whatever you're aiming for.
I was gonna say
You're
maybe.
the DM.
I am.
Roll, see if it's a small or big fish. Turns out it's a 1 and got a tiny tuna. Fish.
Tuna
wow.
aren't tiny.
Odds or evens?
Tiny is not tuna.
Even.
Sardine.
All right. You got odds. It's a big fish.
Fantastic. I
Okay.
grab a hold of the rope.
So I take it.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should roll some damage too, huh?
Yeah, you should because that doesn't matter.
That's yeah, that's a 21
Jesus
damage.
Christ.
That
All right,
fish is obliterated.
So the arrow goes into the water. It does slow down after the impact in the water, but you feel a solid thunk on the rope as it hits something, and after a few seconds you see something rise up to the surface of the water and just lie still.
Fantastic. I pull it up.
Make it strength from a rope.
It's a kraken.
It is most certainly not a kraken.
If it's a baby kraken, I want to revive it and have a pet.
No, it is a medium-sized tuna.
Fantastic. I'm cooking dinner.
Cool.
You're on watch. Just saying.
Flight activity.
Don't put a barrel next to me.
Oh man. Okay.
I run up and drop a red barrel right next to him.
I'm sorry for that shot.
Fucking.
Are you though? You shot twice.
I was trying to aim. I already shot once. It's like after the explosion, I shot again.
Uh-huh.
No, first one, he was trying to hit the bell, and he hits the barrel instead and blows me up.
Oh, I know.
All right. So Kayla's had a good dinner. Anyone else doing anything tonight, or can we move on?
I think we can move on.
I'm gonna cast alarm around the cage of the prisoner.
Cool. That'll work.
So, morning time, I would bet.
You just gonna tell that to his face?
Well,
I
it's
mean-
obvious that he's putting his spell down. It's basically just yelling in his face anyway.
How does alarm work? Is that a radius or?
You put down thread.
20
20
foot
cube.
cube.
Ah, it's a thread. Okay. Cool.
Basically, if anything crosses that thread, then he hears an alarm bell in his mind.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna make it audible, not in my mind.
Anyway,
He's gone. The witch is dead. All right.
morning time.
Cool. All right. So the sun rises. The rest of the crew actually get up before you guys. What?
Zimmy's headset, anyway.
Oh, okay. And eventually you guys start moving. Even before breakfast, like they just want to get moving as fast as possible. You do see some other ships, not near you guys, but off in like the distance, up to the north and to the southeast. No one in the straits at the moment, so you don't have to worry about being chased. You also don't see anyone further to the west, which is where you were told the pirate cove is. So, thankfully, no one's trying to come destroy your ship just yet.
Let's see here on pros.
I will say, Alisar, you're going to be making some navigation rolls, so I am going to roll for you.
Cool.
Yep, you're welcome. I'll make sure you don't die unless you roll really bad. You did not roll really bad, so Balasar is at the helm of the ship, and as the sun is rising, he's steering it towards away from the edge of the cliffside, and there's some sea breeze and some sea mists splashing up on the deck of the ship.
I'm gonna let Jack out of his cage for the day because it's day and
Cool.
yeah.
We named the monkey Jack.
Oh, not you. We named the
Silly
monkey
Phoenix, but that's
Jack.
okay. It fits the theme better because I'm a freaking dragon. So yeah.
How long do we have till we're at port?
Like a week.
Oh.
So
you-
after the events of yesterday, I'm a little bit paranoid, and I'm gonna spend about an hour letting Malice fly within 100 feet of the ship
Dope.
and perceiving through his eyes.
All right, I'll meditate hours at a time throughout the days,
I'm
but
Sure,
I'll
yeah.
keep watch for most of the time.
I'll keep a watch when he's not in when he's meditating.
So, looking on the world map, you guys remember where you are, correct?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't even have
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Give me a
So,
second.
looking at the world map to the west, there is this desert area called. There is this desert area called the Denmore Wastes. You are currently at the horn of that area where there's these big cliff sides and these sharp rocks. You
to the death.
yeah,
Somebody
peninsula. Yeah,
Can
lots
somebody
of
pin a
pirates.
picture of the map onto one of the
It's in
Discord
the
servers or
game.
something?
He's
I know,
not
but
in
I'm
the
not
game.
on the game.
It's-
Oh, right, gotcha.
yeah.
Hold on.
I'll
It's
do it.
also-
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I was also going to say it's in World History 101. It's the first thing
Yeah.
that you'll see there.
Oh, perfect.
It's also pinned.
It's on the left side of the largest continent.
I gave a picture of roughly where we are.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, I thought that was the whole
Nope,
thing.
that's not it.
Ow, my stomach. So,
Steve sent something in gaming that's so you don't have to scroll up.
That giant blue dot is the area we're going to be in,
Works for me.
or general area.
yeah, that's where you're ending up because you were sailing through the rocky parts right now or the day before, and now you're just getting to the exit of that. You guys are going further northeast, past the Denmore Wastes, to a little yellow dot at the beginning of a river. Not Bell Edge, the one further northeast of that.
By the
Near the
mountains.
mountains. Yes, by the mountains.
Okay, I see it.
That's the town
Near
you're currently at.
Estegas.
Yes, near Estegas. I'm surprised there aren't more towns along that coast. Not a big deal, though.
I will be hanging out below deck at all times because water, no.
Fuck that. Also, you do have a prisoner, so someone's got to start watch guard.
Yep.
I mean, this. Oh wait, I'm never mind. I'm driving. I can't do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll wait till downtime. So if nothing happens in the day, then I.
Hey, look! Someone knows how to draw paths.
Yay!
Huzzah! All right. What was I gonna say? Something
Stuffing
important, most
things?
likely. Yeah, stuffing things, totally. So you navigate for a few hours before weighing anchor for not what okay, so at certain times during the day it is better to weigh anchor and not continue traveling because you will have difficulties, but there's also more ships out during the day, so it's easier to stop and go instead of going all at once.
Oh,
Quote unquote traffic on the open seas, which doesn't really exist, but it does. It doesn't, but it does.
It's basically you don't want to drift from waves to each other.
And considering this is a fairly well-traveled way around the Horn, further south along those rivers, or even further south to Quireton, which is where you're coming from, this is a well-performed procedure, basically. It's also a good way of avoiding other pirates.
works for me.
Yep.
Considering we're weighing anchor, then I am gonna go downstairs. Just ask Sunshine why she always stays below deck and never really comes up. If she hasn't already told everybody, in which case.
She has told everyone.
Okay,
It is
then
literally
never
because
mind.
She shipwrecked when coming here, and
Oh yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that too. I
Yeah.
would've. Yeah, never mind. I don't
You
remember
would've
all the
known.
little details.
I know you don't. That's why I'm retelling you out of character.
I mean, you're the DM, you have to do it out of character.
Yep.
Shut
Anyway,
up. I'm in character all the time. You don't know anything, Jon Snow.
he's also never in character.
I'm always in character and never.
Anyway,
What? Okay.
We wait anchor.
I mean, yeah, you wait anchor. It's
Fun.
daytime, guys.
Okay.
I am constantly on outlook or lookout. That one.
Outlook. Yep.
I'm constantly helping, mostly because
I'm constantly pooping.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Do I need to roll anything?
Constitution saving throw.
No. Constipation saving throw.
Oh god.
That's why I said Constitution saving throw.
I am the outlook, hence outlooking.
Yep.
So you're sending
Do I need
emails?
to roll anything?
Yes.
Can I
What would you like me to roll?
Perception.
Okay.
does he get advantage with me helping?
No.
That is a 19.
Total?
Yes.
Okay.
But I be rolling perception for when I look out with malice?
I mean,
Your
you
bird.
can. By the way, 19 is it's enough to see far enough away to where other ships are not driving but sailing, and most of them aren't heading in your direction. But there are a couple that sail along the coast, which is in your general vicinity. But those seem to be smaller ships, not nearly as big as your ship,
Okay.
like a sloop or maybe a.
I'm just on the outlook for anything that looks
Yeah,
potentially
yeah.
dangerous.
With malice, I would have an 18 because I benefit from the owl's perception skill.
Yep. Same answer. You don't really see much else besides what he just saw.
Alrighty.
Okay, then I'm gonna just play music for people.
Lots of water. Lots of water.
Can I
I don't have anything.
see if there's anything shiny that someone might have? Just
I mean, you can. What exactly are you looking for?
I don't know, but anything that's shiny that looks quite valuable that anyone might have hanging out in the pocket or something.
You looking to pickpocket?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not saying no.
Pack some of the prize money back.
I mean, make a perception check.
Don't fail me now. I mean,
Okay, well that's definitely high enough. Most people have coin pouches on their hip for personal funds, but also there are some people that might have jewelry on their body. Some of them might have weapons that look slightly fancier or whatever. But most of the crew seem to be aware of such things, especially on a ship where you're going to be seeing everyone every day for quite a long time. You can assume that people know better than to keep their belongings out in the open. So you don't really see that much.
damn it. Okay.
I mean, you could always try and go to the area where they keep all the treasure. See how that works for you.
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. Hey, look,
That
someone's
might not
around.
be- I was gonna say that might not be a good idea. Call it a hunch, but I'd have guards in front
Pirates.
of that.
They're usually sensitive about their treasure.
Anyway, I posted what Asvia's playing on her freaking instrument
What? Where is it?
in character RP.
Okay. Oh. She plays a viola?
Yeah, I
Nice.
said that.
Cool.
That is
Anyway.
a viola, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got it right. I know things.
I mean,
Okay.
technically it's pronounced viol, but you know.
I mean, you know, I
Shut
always
up.
get those bad. Anyways, doesn't matter. Back to the game. You wait anchor. You're waiting for half an hour because that's the procedure to follow. AKA it's a short rest.
Cool, you just had a long rest by sleeping, so.
Shut up.
Some of us
Several
don't
hours
sleep when
later.
you do. Just saying.
He's not wrong.
I mean, I slept.
Everyone slept.
Okay, asshole. It's not all
Right,
about
but it's
you.
important for someone like an elf that stays up all night watching out for things to know when we're getting a
Watching
short
porn.
rest during the day.
And targets to shoot at, like fish and birds.
Listen, that was awesome, and you know it.
It was
I actually will say, while you guys are stopped, some of the pirates are fishing.
See, fuck you.
True, they are fishing.
So there's people
So-
fishing, as we just playing music for everyone.
With my 19 perception, do any of them catch a fish bigger than I did? With my bow and arrow.
Let me roll for it. Good God, no.
Fantastic.
Yeah, most of the fish are smaller when they bite on the hook. Also, I will totally let any of. Why are you rolling a bunch of d6s?
No reasons.
Okay, cool. By the way, I will totally let any of you fish if you would like to.
As just gonna stop playing and try to fish. So what is
I feel like any fish that
Actually,
I might
I'm
get
gonna
might be
put
bigger
javelin-
than me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put rope on a javelin and fucking try it that way.
Okay, make a perception check.
You're gonna go harpoon fishing.
I
Yes.
mean, that is actually a very prominent way of fishing in many parts of the world.
Do I have
Yeah.
any
Usually in
useful
streams,
weapons?
not in deep ocean, but hey.
Do I have any useful weapons for fishing or not really? I don't even remember what I have. So.
You know, that's a great question.
So what do I roll?
I sure as hell don't.
That would be perception to see fish.
Okay.
Because you can't just throw it in the water and hope you hit something.
Yeah. Fuck. Grab the dice, damn it. I see it.
Well,
Unnatural
you
20.
definitely do see moving images in the water, so there's that.
I'm gonna use the javelin attack.
Okay,
After
odds or
you-
evens? Before you do that, odds or evens?
Evens.
Alright. Roll. I'll let you know what you get. If you hit.
Ah,
you-
that is good.
Hold up. Hold up.
I mean, they're
Okay.
fish.
I
By the way-
have to see the AC difficulty of the fish underwater moving around.
Can I also start fishing?
Probably like 12.
I don't think I have
Oh, shit,
anything I
someone
can actually
knows
fish
numbers.
with.
Yes, you do get a hit.
Okay, so I wrote
Roll
damage.
damage. Roll damage for a javelin.
It gets stuck in the fish. It doesn't kill it, just gets stuck.
Surprisingly, actually, yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Okay, so
Um,
it's gonna be fighting me the entire
So
time.
it is going to be fighting, so you need to make a strength check.
Hey, look,
fighting.
that boat's coming in.
Oh, it's not without blowing a second level spell, and I don't really want to do that.
So you do haul up.
I'm
the
gonna
fish,
do it.
And it is a what do you call those?
Who are you
red-
going to use to
red
fish with?
The red snapper.
Yeah, red snappers.
Fishing pole.
It is a fairly large one as well.
Oh,
It's
I know what you're going to do if you're
7
blowing a
feet
second
down.
level spell.
Oh.
Oh, what are you doing now?
He's
I
gonna
want to
he's
start
gonna use
fishing.
a fishing pole to catch a fish, but I have an idea as what he's
Okay. you can
gonna
start
do
fishing.
after that.
Do the whole perception and all that good stuff.
Perception.
Yep.
How do we roll?
I was gonna ask who's good at cooking fish.
Yeah, are any of my party members like
What was
down in this
perception?
area with me, or am I just hanging out with this guy alone?
I'm probably gonna go down and just bring the fish.
You might get a couple visitors here or there, but not really staying down there permanently.
If one of my party members comes down, I just want to like grab him by the.
With a 9, that's definitely not enough to see anything below the water. You're just like, how the fuck do you guys see these fish?
I'll try to.
However, are you using a fishing pole?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, it does not matter what you got for perception check, because a fishing pole uses something different. It does not use it uses a bobber, meaning it uses attraction. So in other words, you cast the line. I want you to make a strength check to see how far out you throw it.
He gets a
Strength
negative
check.
1.
Yeah, strength
Hooks
check.
one to the freaking.
Okay. Now I want you to make a persuasion check to persuade the fish to clomp onto your bobber. Or
I like how it's persuasion, not animal handling.
Oh, no.
no, it is not animal handling because he is not the one doing it. It's the hook.
I'm actually gonna agree with him. I like the persuasion check.
No, I love it. I love it.
I would
Now,
think
I roll.
deception.
I hate it.
I mean-
well, yeah.
It might be a deception, but in this case,
Actually, deception is
yeah,
accurate.
That actually makes more sense than persuasion. So
Caress the fish. And
you're caressing the fish.
Yeah, because you're not persuading the fish to eat the hook. You're deceiving it. That's
Yeah,
fair.
you're hiding the fact that it's gonna kill it. So I'm gonna let you re-roll that to be a deception check.
That's better.
That's a lot
Yeah.
better, considering a fish has a very low intelligence. You get a bite, so now I'm rolling strength to see if you hook in the fish and reel it in.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure you got it. You're good. All right. So you rolled in, and odds or evens.
Evens.
All right. Motherfucker. All right. So you start reeling in, and after a couple seconds, I want you to make another strength check because this is a big fish. All right. So the line does not snap, but the fish breaches the water, and it's a big fish. It's what you call a marlin.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
So Kalos is gonna do a
no,
thing.
not yet.
what did he do?
He's doing rope trick.
No, that was a misclick.
No, it was a misclick. Okay.
Okay.
That wouldn't do anything.
hilarious.
No, it wouldn't do anything, but it would have been cool to try and.
It would have been a
do
place
I-
for you to hide
Do
from
I
your
see
shame.
this?
What?
Do I see that fish? Just out of curiosity.
A marlin? Yeah.
Yes.
It's
So
a
I
big
noticed.
fish.
All right. I'm just checking. Can I, in an attempt to help him, can I throw a weapon at it and try to stagger it next time it breaches? If it breaches.
Sure. I would. What weapon are you gonna use?
Probably one of the daggers. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: is it within range of the dagger? I guess would be a valid question, and I would
That's
know
a better
this.
question. I will let you know.
Kalos can cook, by the way.
Yes, it is within range of the dagger. However, it is going to be at disadvantage
I'm okay with this.
because you're not a sharpshooter.
Yeah, go for it. Why not? Actually, can I use True Strike first to give me advantage on it?
Which would
Which will
cancel out
cancel.
the disadvantage.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can do that.
What's that,
So,
Joe?
I said yes, you can do that.
So wait,
Sweet. Then let's do that.
did
do that.
Sigmund get his marlin, or is that still to be determined?
He's fighting it.
Okay.
The fish is fighting back at the moment. The fish is like, I'm bigger than
When do
you.
you leave it?
So I'll make that weapon attack for you.
I have to ask people, but I got all next one.
Dagger, 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 dagger.
You're throwing daggers.
I don't want to throw too many. I only got like 4.
I mean, I'm throwing a singular dagger.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a dagger
boy.
to try to weaken it. Done it.
I don't think you hit the fish, buddy.
No.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well,
it's
that's-
perception.
That's a gone by dagger.
Oh well, it's worth a shot.
It's perception
Can I
to
just
see
cast
the
levitate?
fish.
Can I cast levitate?
You know
Oh
what?
my God.
Yes, you can.
Actually, this fish.
Does levitate have a weight limit?
500 pounds.
Depending on the size of the fish, that could actually succeed
That-
it.
I was gonna say that might be more than what it can handle.
A
Hold
marlin?
on. How big is the fish? And I'll tell you.
It's a
like
marlin.
6 to 7 foot long fish.
So
Marlins are big, dude.
I'm aware. They can be up to 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the
They're,
way.
they're fucking massive, my dude.
But that's at
I was gonna
that's
call-
at 14
I
feet.
was gonna call the
So if
barbarian
it's
to help.
This is most likely like half of that, so like 1,000 pounds.
So would I know that beforehand?
Yes, you would.
So could I
Mostly
instead
because
cast
you know
another
that
spell?
marlins are huge and they weigh a lot.
So this will go within my lift, push, drag, right?
What?
Would this be affected by my ability to lift, push,
No.
and drag things? No?
No, because
Ah.
levitate is a spell.
No. Physically trying to reel it in.
What is your actual ability to lift stuff?
Lift, push, and drag is 1,920 pounds.
You can certainly help him.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with this.
What's your strength again?
16?
Yeah, you could totally help him with this. So I'm gonna say,
big fish.
Sigmund, make me a second strength check at advantage.
Advantage.
Yes, advantage.
As the Goliath woman helps you reel in a fish. Hey.
So this time the fish breaches, and you pull right as it breaches, and the fish is caught off guard and could not reassert itself, and you start reeling it in at a much faster pace. Eventually, it gets up to the side of the ship, and one of the crew members comes over to the side of the ship and throws a javelin right down into the marlin's skull, and it just floats at the water.
Oh yeah,
And you
you
guys-
have to do that, otherwise this thing will kill you.
Oh, marlins, by the way, they're a lot like a swordfish, and if you pull it up on deck without killing it first, it will gore you to death.
Oh yeah.
The nose of the fish is longer than like 3 feet.
The tail of a
You could actually
marlin
decapitate
is easy to break, is strong enough to break your femur.
Yeah. Marlins are some of the strongest fish in the entire world. That's why they don't get hunted by sharks.
Well, they're bigger than some sharks.
They are.
That's another reason why they don't get hunted by sharks.
I think like the only kinds of sharks that can hunt them are like great whites and
Great whites can hunt some of the smaller ones, because great whites
Yeah.
don't get 14 feet long.
yes they do.
Do they?
Yes they do.
Great
whites
whites
great
are
whites are the biggest.
larger.
They're like 20 to 30 feet. They're huge. They're the biggest predator in the ocean.
Well, great whites will probably hunt them, but that's about it. Because the only thing bigger than a great white that's still a shark would be the whale shark, but whale sharks don't go after things.
Those are peaceful. Yeah.
They're
They
peaceful.
eat-
Basking shark.
They're actually filter feeders.
They eat shrimp and stuff like whales.
You can they can also be swam with. Like you can swim right next to one, and they'll be like, "Sup, buddy? You're cool."
We're also
uncle
getting
did that.
completely off topic.
We are.
Anyway, as we come
Fish.
back to see you guys just pull this motherfucker out.
It's a fucking big fish.
So I guess I now have the biggest.
For now, yeah. There are bigger fish, but
Quick,
I'm
let's
gonna
both
cast
cast
enlarge.
enlarge on the fish.
yeah. That only lasts a certain amount of time, right?
Oh yeah.
No, a minute.
An hour. Oh wait, no,
Not-
maybe it's a
I was
minute.
gonna say not an hour. It's a minute.
was
So for a
confused.
minute you have a.
I was kidding. I wouldn't
double
actually do
scale?
that.
It's the next size up.
It's
Okay,
doubled.
It's
Yeah,
size
great
up.
whites get great white females get 15 to 21 feet long. Males get 11 to 13 feet long, and they have a mass. An adult would have a mass of 1,500 to 2,400 pounds.
They're big fish, or actually they're not fish.
They're actually not fish, yeah. They're big carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking spear you.
They will tear you to fucking pieces.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So we got a marlin now.
Yeah, you got a marlin.
Well, so
Yeah, I help Sigmund, or probably other way
It's
around,
it's on the ship now.
pull
I
up
was gonna say,
the.
we're all kind of gonna have to help with this one. This isn't exactly a
Like I said, its
Not-
weight is
It's not a
within.
small fish to fry.
Its weight is
not-
actually within my
not-
ability to lift, push, and drag.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
well, then
you-
he can do it.
Yeah.
I can literally
Shitty.
just pull it up.
So you pull it
Yeah.
up. It happens. I will say, in terms of food, this would be enough rations for the rest of the trip.
Nice.
Yep.
for the entire crew.
We just had to
Nice.
smoke
So?
it and dry some.
Could I cast Enlarge while he's pulling up?
Are you actually going to
move
enlarge
on.
it?
Yes.
All right, you enlarge it for a minute, and it's like, it's fucking massive, guys. Look how big it is. And then a minute later, it goes back to its normal size.
Big derpy swordfish.
So, let's cut this motherfucker up and start freaking drawing some to meat for later.
Indeed, you do that. It happens. I will say, this would be a survival check to do proper.
Fine.
Okay, you do it.
Wow.
Well, it's a good thing you have a good enough bonus. So having never seen a marlin in your entire life, this is a big fish, and it takes a long time to carve up and actually properly prepare. There's actually a lot of the fish that you can't use because it's considered unfit for human consumption. The entire tail from the spinal, the end of the spinal area, all throughout the tail, you cannot eat. It's too bony, and the meat is not poisonous, but like it's so rough you'd have to cook it for like a month to be able to eat it.
And there's no way on a boat.
It's like
where
shoe
we'd be
leather.
able to do that.
Even
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a dragonborn? Just FYI?
What?
Even as a dragonborn?
Even as a dragonborn, even if you have
Okay.
sharp teeth and all that kind of shit, it's like eating shoe leather. It's not
Okay.
nutritious and it's not tasty at all.
Okay.
The entirety of the skin of the fish obviously cannot be eaten, so you have to fillet the fish. Gutting it takes an entire 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like
this-
it takes a long time to gut one of these fish. Getting all the organs out, making sure that it's been drained of the blood. Also deboning it takes a long time.
But that was my entire day.
I was
Yeah,
going to say, we
basically an
spend
entire
about
day.
the rest of the day doing this then.
Well, you guys are going to
Basically.
I'm going to be doing this.
Yeah, you prepare
Yeah.
a fish for 3 hours, or however long it would actually take you.
This would probably take 4 with that type of row. Or
Yeah.
5.
So should we get going for the rest of us then?
Yeah.
I'll go down and say, hey, Sunshine, you should see the fish we caught.
Fucking just as he's like dragging this fish over her shoulder. Oh man.
I mean, you have that belt.
Yep, I do. Oh man.
I would like to point out that Kalos did eat that entire tuna that he had.
We're about to be moving.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
move
I
on.
would.
Navigation checks for the captain.
Joe.
He's muted right now. I think someone came into this, came to talk to him or something in real life.
Oh.
Meet space.
Because real life.
Yeah, Lily, Vazana would have come up just in time to see Thalai just pull out this ridiculously large fish.
Like it's literally bigger than she is.
It's
Oh, God, yeah.
it's bigger than I am, and I just
Yeah.
pull it out with
It's not that big, but yeah, it's really big.
up to 14.
Also,
Was it
It's a
feet
lot.
or inches?
I literally said that it is about 6 to 7 feet long.
Oh, okay.
The nose adds a little bit more footage, but the actual fish is only
Almost
6 to 7 feet.
almost as big as I am,
Yeah.
and I pull a 7-foot frickin' marlin out of the water.
Yeah. Big ass fish.
So,
Joe, can
Anyway,
I
well,
start
next-
taking a short
Joe is
rest?
carving the fish.
Yeah, you can take your short rest.
Okay.
Should I shove off then?
I mean, yes, it happens. You do it.
Should I help? Can I help Azia prepare this fish? Although I could probably fit inside it, so.
I mean, you actually
Okay,
probably. I was gonna say you probably actually help her de-gut it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll help her then. So she's not around.
How do you feel about fish guts there, Lily?
I mean, I'm sure Lily is like, nah, fish guts, no. Razana,
I mean-
on the other hand,
I'm a strong, independent woman. I can deal with fish guts.
Strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Just her
I can
Goliath
actually
friend.
tell.
Probably things that smelled worse than this.
That's okay then.
No, I'm talking about the characters killing things and walking to undeads and stuff like that. There's probably things that smell worse.
Fair.
Is there any kind of role I have to make for this, or can I just say I'm helping?
Just
I
say you're
mean,
helping.
Constitution check.
Yeah, would Rosanna be able to freaking constitute that shit?
Shit. No.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
smell
oh,
bad.
actually-
Yes, she can.
As a matter of fact,
Actually, she's tougher than she looks, guys. Swimming
She's
in fish
totally
guts,
fine.
no problem.
I mean, not swimming in it, but yeah, basically.
Basically.
Also, I'm gonna make a navigation check for you, Balsar, because yeah, this will be for the rest of the day. All right, so navigating along the shoreline, avoiding any of the other ships in the area. You make good headwind. There is a tailwind behind your sails, and after about like 8 or 9 hours of traveling throughout the day, I will update. Actually, Nick, you've been pretty good with editing all the stuff on the map. You see where that big rock in the middle of that water is?
Give me a second. I need to pull up the
Hold
map
on.
again.
Like directly north of that. It's almost like Denmark almost.
Oh god, the map is taking
Hold on.
forever to
I'm
load.
waiting for the
Yeah.
picture to load.
Do, do,
55,
do,
60,
do, do.
70, 80. I
remember
have it.
he's on phone.
Yep, I have it on this. So, Big Rock.
Okay.
Where am I looking, Joe?
You see where it says Belej or Aldur,
Yep.
like the island? Okay, so directly south of that little island area is another little rocky island thing. Directly southwest of that, along the shore, is where
Yep.
you guys are right now.
Yep, I see it.
So you made it a good distance today.
Cool. So we're almost there.
Yes and no.
My petty season ground just crashed.
Hey.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Mine's
Yeah,
fine.
It said he disconnected. However, this is the open water area. The next portion of the actual trip, which will be the rest of the week, 4 to 5 days, is actually going along the shore and going through that strait between the islands. It takes a
Okay.
day just to get through that little area.
All right, cool.
Actually, you have to do the math out. Is that correct?
I don't
The
know.
only time sunshine is coming up is
Yeah,
just
that's
like to
correct.
peek her head up and be like, okay, stuff's not going on. Okay, I'm going back.
I'm actually gonna mark it on the map for you guys.
You'll have to screenshot it for me.
This is why I have the snip tool now, which I'm so glad I have.
Aren't you glad that I help with things?
Yep.
What would Joe do without everybody else?
Not have a game.
I mean, fair.
He'd be a DM with no players.
I wasn't even talking about that, but okay. That's fair.
I mean, that's the point.
I mean, do we ever talk about anything other than this?
Not really. Anyway.
I forget that gold pieces in the D&D handbook are like not actually like round. They're like a
Well, that's why they're called pieces, not coins.
yeah.
All right.
There are very few round pieces of currency.
Dude, silver looks dangerous. I forgot it's a triangle.
Ending. So I have edited what I'm trying to show you guys, and I will post it right now. Save as journey And save the
Yeah,
desktop.
copper is the closest to getting the coin look.
What is?
Copper is closest to looking like the traditional coin, but even then, not really.
By the way, I'm going to put this in general for all of you to see. Journey. All right. That is the journey that you guys are taking. Where the circle is where you are right now.
Give me 1 minute. I'm still loading.
Mm-hmm.
The internet here is absolute garbage. Okay, cool.
The lines indicate days worth of travel.
Oh, okay.
So about 5 days out.
5 days?
Yes.
Cool.
All right. So, to speed things along, I am going to do a roll per day. Because I do want you guys to get there at some point. I don't want you to just be traveling on the water for the rest of the campaign. And I will let you know whether or not shit goes down. So, first roll. This will be for the night of today. Kalos, I would ask you to do a perception check, considering you're the permanent outlook for some reason.
All right.
Probably because you have sharp.
It allows my character to be alone, and he has sharp vision. So
Indeed.
Now he said it allows his character to be alone. I kind of want to bug him.
14.
Cool. Okay, so nothing happens the first night. Second day, this is for the daytime travels. You guys don't have to roll perception for this.
My
there are-
passive is 15, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna make you guys roll during the day. During the day, things are a bit different. But on this is the third day. Yeah, third day of travel. All you really see is a couple of merchant ships fly by, but other than that, you don't see many ships. Third night. These guys are right there. Okay. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Me? Me
Anyone.
or
I was literally
Odds.
just asking out loud, and someone already said
Odds.
odds. So, all right. So we're gonna go back to actual RP now because on the third night, it is not a ship that approaches you, but instead a singular. Oh God, why can't I fucking think? Sloop. It is a small sloop that approaches your ship. It does not have the indicative signs of a pirate ship. There's no Jolly Roger or black sails or anything like that.
Kalos is gonna warn people anyway.
Yeah, I figured. This is right before all of you guys go to bed, so you guys probably would have noticed it at some point. And it stops about 100 or so feet away from the actual ship, and you can see that the front lantern is being lit in a pattern of some sort.
Do I notice the pattern?
Can I?
You would notice a pattern, yes.
Can
I'm
I see
gonna-
the captain?
I'm gonna have the crew just kind of man the cannons and kind of be prepared just in case.
I'd like to send Malice to go scout the ship with me taking perception.
Okay. So having Malice fly over to the actual ship, all you can see on board the ship is a single person at the lantern. You don't see anyone up in their crow's nest. You don't see anyone on quote-unquote cannons. You don't see anyone behind the helm. It's just one person behind the lantern, lighting the lantern.
That is.
I would relay this to Balasar.
Can I see the person
All right.
I don't know. Can you?
for the roll perception?
Yes, you could.
I mean, I'm looking. Well,
No, you wouldn't be able to see the person.
Okay.
You just see the lantern.
What does the person look like?
That's a great question. roll. Did you roll perception with your bird?
No, because it flew right
Okay.
over, and I figured
Uh,
120-foot dark vision, it would be dim light at this point.
yeah, I'm gonna give you the chance to actually roll perception
Alrighty.
to
Add
see
plus
what their features
3
are.
to this. So 20 total.
It is a oh god, my brain. High elf with a long blonde hair. You can't tell if it's a male or female. You cannot make out the eyes or any of the major facial features, but you can see that they are roughly 6 to 6.5 feet tall, normal height for high elf, and they are wearing a bright white silken clothing.
I would be
Alright.
relaying all of this to Balasar.
And I would be highly curious and kind of want to get a boarding party of some sort.
So,
Me and Aslia. would
Balasar,
probably
being
be
a
about it.
pirate and also having crew members that in the past have had shady dealings, you would know that there is this thing on the ocean called Morse code.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, he's lighting it and unlighting
He's
it.
lighting it in Morse code. I'm not
Okay.
going to actually tell you the letters.
I was
I'm
gonna say, could
actually going to give you the Morse code.
Oh no.
we... Oh, jeez.
Good luck deciphering it. I gotta actually get my generator up. Because I use generators for everything.
I mean, sounds like a good idea.
Yep. Come on. Oh boy, internet hates me.
Okay, so there's none of us on this ship at all that would be able to interpret.
I mean,
Well, if you
Not
freaking
really.
taught me anything, I probably could.
Well, that's the
would be
thing. I know
intelligent.
it's Morse code, but I don't necessarily know how to translate it.
Well, I would think
Actually, what's our prisoner? What's he? He was
he's.
half orc, right?
No, the prisoner was a.
Isn't the prisoner human?
I
Yes.
believe he's human.
So let's ask Sunshine, who's probably still hiding below deck, to figure out if this prisoner knows anything about Morse code.
He's no longer charmed.
Yeah, he's no longer
That
charmed.
sucks.
alrighty. You guys ready?
Oh, my creepy
No.
cat eyes. freak me
All right.
out.
So, as a pirate individual, I will send this directly to you, Balasar,
Okay.
and to your other crewmates. This is what you get.
Did you send that in the? Okay, good. You actually
Sending
sent
it to you. By the way, the slashes indicate the end of a word.
Okay. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I could sit here all day, go on Google, and actually try to translate this, but
Does Kalos see this?
I could try.
Here's the funny thing is I actually kind of used to know Morse code like by heart because I had to learn it.
yeah, but you know it.
Send
You
it
wouldn't
to me.
necessarily know it in character.
Not in character, but out of character, I know it.
There's a
So-
good chance in character my character does.
I'm gonna just say this right now. In character, Balasar might not know it by heart, but he would know that it's Morse code. Out of character, if you know Morse code, tell it to them, so they might be able to tell you what it is. And
Alright,
then
who
in
said they-
character, it'll work that way.
Zimby
You
knows.
said they might know stuff.
I do.
Zimby and Nick.
Zimby and Nick. All right, Nick, I can send it to you. I already have the message to you.
Can you just put it in Discord?
Yeah, why don't I just do that, huh? That would be
Oh,
easier.
Man, that is fucking long.
Yeah, this is a long ass message, guys.
Morse code is pretty long though.
What the heck is that last word? Holy crap, that is long. A lot of these words are fairly long, actually.
The first one is. This is
I
not a raid. Okay. Parlay. That's an R in the second part. What's M? Mr. M. Translating the rest of this is going to be a little bit of pain in the ass. This is not a raid. Parlay. Mr. M. Would like a word. Okay. That's what the message is.
Sunshine's posting something.
So this is not a raid parlay. Mr. M would like a word.
I'm essentially just writing it out.
Okay, cool. So, all right, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who brought the Mr. M thing to my attention?
That would be
Kalos.
Kalos, yeah.
So I would take Kalos and Nick most likely and ask them to come along because Kalos is the one that had the initial note.
Okay.
As it is just good to have that.
Using a little, like a smaller boat, obviously, because I'm sure we got something for that.
Okay. So taking the three of you guys.
I will be
you're
watching
taking-
via Malice.
Cool. I'm assuming you're not taking any of the actual crew members, not your actual party members.
I'll take just a couple of them, I guess, but no
Okay.
particular. Pretty much bait.
Cool.
Something to
Awesome.
leave behind.
So you guys take, I'd say like maybe five of you go. So you get in a rowboat, lower yourselves down into the water, and start rowing over to the
I
sloop.
would put, I'd probably put Steve in charge in the meantime.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So you put Filet in charge. Awesome.
Yep.
And going over to the ship, you don't notice anything really odd about the person at the helm, or not the helm, at the bow of the ship. They just look down at you very solitarily and don't say anything as you approach. But they do light the lantern permanently, so now you can see the lantern is just on the front of the ship, so there's no shady business. And they lower down a rope ladder for you to get up into the ship.
Before I did the owl sight, I would have Sigmund next to me,
Okay.
saying that basically I'm gonna tell him what I see, and if at any point in time I'm saying things are bad, he's gonna send a message. He's gonna send messages out to everyone.
Wait, we're getting on their ship?
No, no, no. Well, yes, you guys are.
Five of us
Yeah.
went, which is 2 crewmen and basically me, Kalos, and Balasar.
So 5 of you.
Okay.
I'm watching through Malice, my owl, but I am on the ship. And Sigmund is near me to send a message to other people saying if anything is gonna go south.
Yep.
Noted.
Also, I should mention that this is
The sloop.
a sloop, so it's a smaller ship, so smaller crew.
Fast, but not as
Very
heavy-hitting.
fast. They rarely even have anything to hit with.
I mean, they have very few cannons, that's for sure.
Yep.
Anyway,
So we climb on board.
Yep. I don't know what's going on outside, but my grandparents are angry. Anyways, so you guys climb up under the ship, and
Wait, is somebody?
what?
Wait, like, what are we doing about the guy on the?
I mean, they're going to the ship right now with the guy.
Okay, they're taking him. Okay, didn't hear that part.
You
I
missed
mean-
the entire part that we just, in a party of 5, went to the.
We are not taking the prisoner we have.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, the prisoner's
I know.
staying locked up.
Yeah,
we
okay.
are not taking him.
Yeah, who's watching him though? Because that was my job.
He is in a cage.
Yeah, you're still there. You don't need to leave.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, the rest of us are on the. We're still on.
of the party. Balasar, Kalos, and Aslia are going over to the ship to see Mr. M.
the ABCs went over there.
Yep. Everyone else is still on the ship. I have Sigmund near me to give an alarm whenever or if anything should go south. I'm watching through my familiar.
I will keep hold down here in case this guy gets freaky.
All of a
Cool.
sudden, he's possessed by ghosts.
Totally. So, getting up onto the deck, first one up, Balsar. The elf reaches out and shakes your hand if you allow him to. And
I'll allow it.
he doesn't speak a single word. Instead, he just ushers you all towards the back of the ship, towards where there is a small meeting area, I guess you could say, with a chair and another person sitting in said chair. He turns around to face all of you as you get over there, and he is a heavy-set, middle-aged man. He is human, and he is garnished in outrageously hilarious clothing, for basically everything, for pants, for coat, for hat, for literally everything. It is of different cats and wild animals of some sorts, and he has a handlebar mustache twirled many, many times over, and he is thick and fat and grossly obese, and he has no eyes.
Is he leaning on a sword, and does he have a placard behind him that says "Winter is coming"?
No, he has no eyes.
That explains his fashion sense.
He is sitting in he's sitting in a leather-ish chair, like it's wooden but with leather garnish. And when he stands up, it creaks loudly, and you get a waft of the smell as if like he's been sitting there for several days. It smells like, well, some of you were gutting a fish earlier. It's worse than that. It smells like, well, hell. It smells disgusting.
It smells like sweat flaps.
Sweat flaps, rotting fish of some sorts, and something that he probably forgot to finish eating from like 3 years ago.
I want to
Just
throw him into the water already.
try. He probably weighs more than you could carry. He gets up and leans on his cane that he pulls from his side, and he says in a weaselly voice, "I was hoping I could acquire the package through other means, but it seems as though you have been able to outwit my compatriots. So I'm going to take a more direct path in this situation."
Alright.
Which one
I'm
of you
gonna-
is the captain?
I'll go ahead and raise my hand.
Of course, it's
I am.
always the Dragonborn. He goes over to a desk on the side of this back area, and opens up one of the drawers and pulls out a note, and walks up to you and hands it to you and says, "I believe your employer is a merchant company out of Quireton. Am I correct?"
I'm guessing that's correct.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It is.
And the man who hired you was a Lushwin.
I'm guessing that's also
That's
correct.
also correct, yes.
All right, it is.
Well, you see, what they didn't tell you was that that package originally belonged to me. It was stolen from me by a certain individual we will refrain from naming.
I'm going to
Who-
interject that.
Okay, go ahead. I will continue talking while you do so. Most of the people I have sent after this individual have been unable to ascertain where this package had ended up. Ow. But, thankfully, one of them was able to scout out his location and followed him to Quireton, where he sold this package to a lofty businessman by the name of Lushwin. He then stalked this Lushwin for upwards of several days before he met with one of you. I assume it would be the Dragonborn. And then gave you a package to deliver to a town in the north. Did he tell you who to bring this package to?
Did he?
He did not.
Okay. Then I will. I'll refrain. I'll refrain from answering and just like, what business do you even have with the package?
It was mine. And after all, I am the one who hunted and caught it. I'm assuming they at least told you what the package is.
Yes, of course. Terrible guards, I might add. Because I'm guessing we
Guards?
raided this, correct?
What?
I'm guessing we raided this. Like we raided to get the package, or was that already done for us?
That was already done for you. You
Okay,
guys,
never mind. Then I won't
yeah,
say anything on that.
yeah, you guys literally picked it up from port.
Okay, then never mind.
The ship,
I
and
revoked that secret.
everything was supplied for you.
Cool. Never mind. I'll rescind
Yep.
that statement.
I figured. He's gonna look at you a little sternly and say, "You may be in the employ of one of my rivals, but have a little class. If I were to tell you that Lushwin has been stealing from me for several years now, would it affect your relationship with him? Considering he's assorted with pirates for many years, I would never do such a thing, after all."
Well, considering I myself am also a pirate, it may or may not affect my relations. Let's say we cut a deal. Persuasion on this, by the way.
Okay.
But let's say you come to port with us when we make the delivery, and we give you a portion of the fee. From there, we can negotiate terms to get the creature back. The package back. Rephrase that.
Yeah. I mean, he did say hunted and captured, so
Yeah. Okay. Fine. The creature. I'll say the creature. And that'll be that for the burger.
By the way, your insight was not high enough, obviously. That's why I didn't make any comment on it. But I would say make a persuasion check with that. So, yeah.
Flo, make a persuasion check.
I'm doing that right now. I'm literally finding persuasion. There it is. I found it. It's here. There we go. That's a pretty great roll. I will roll against it. That's a pretty shit roll. He's going to look at you narrowly and twirls his mustache a little bit and then says, "I like the sound of splitting money that I otherwise would not have access to. Also, if you are asking to help get back this creature, do you know... if they end up receiving the package after I am there with you..." Jesus Christ, my brain just did a loop-de-loop. Alright. If I'm there with you when you make the transaction, and I ask immediately to have it back, and I bring it to the authorities, I could probably have it resolved almost instantly. I wouldn't need to hire you at all.
So we are in agreement. As far as this, so
he scratches his chin with his left hand, and while putting out his right hand, and says, "If you agree to no payment, yes."
No payment, as in I don't get any fee for this whatsoever.
No, he's not going to pay you for getting the Minotaur back, because he doesn't think he's going to need you to get it back.
I will I'm gonna go with Aslia and just, hey, basically, it just seemed like a good deal to you. We still get earnings, and we avoid a conflict.
Yeah.
Potential ally for later, and we don't have to piss off the guy we're delivering this to.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good trick and a good turnover.
Then I guess, Mr. M, we have a deal.
Please, you may call me Mr. Mercedes.
No, of course. Why am I not even a little surprised?
Mm-hmm. He shakes your hand.
All right.
It's sweaty and gross, by the way.
Also not surprising.
Well, from the smell, it was freaking.
So, you now have an escort for the rest of the trip, and I'm just gonna say at this point you don't need to make any more rolls. However, when you guys start travel the next day, you watch as the lone elf steps out onto the deck of the sloop, raises his hands, and just starts chanting in a absolutely ridiculous tone. But the sails, the anchor, literally all parts of the ship that move start moving on their own.
Motherfucker animated the damn ship.
His ship, right? Not my ship.
Yeah, his.
No, not your ship. His ship.
All right,
Why does no other crew members?
makes sense.
By the way, when he is done chanting, the ship sails on its own.
What language was he chanting in?
You have no fucking clue.
Even with my comprehensive list. All right.
Yup, you have no fucking clue.
Fucking hell.
It's called gibber.
Just curiosity, what languages do you actually speak?
I know Celestial, Common, Laconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Halfling, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Since he's not there,
Oh.
but I am. Do I know?
No, but that is slightly not enough. But at the same time, I'll give you something. The language is foreign to you, but it draws from two languages that you specifically know about. It's Celestial in Basin, or not in Basin, in Based, and also has a bit of Giant in it.
Celestial and Giant. Ooh.
One might even say Celestial Giant, or Giant Celestial.
Interesting.
So, back to stuff. You guys sail for the next few days, but you are uninterrupted. No one comes near you, not even the merchant ships. And eventually, another ship joins you. And this is a big boy. This is one of the bigger ships that are out on the waters. This is considered a frigate. It has 3 sails. It has 4 decks, and has a lot of cannons.
So this outguns us, no doubts.
Oh god, yeah. You guys would be sunk in like 3 seconds flat. Because you are a brig.
All right. Lovely.
You have 3 decks.
Fun.
One of them, yeah, you only have one that has guns on it, or cannons. The frigate has 3. Yeah, 3 decks. The upper, middle, and bottom. Anyways, so after sailing for the next 2 days, you guys get into port. And what time is it now? It's 6:30. All right, so we can go for another hour. So getting into port, the 3 ships all line up next to each other. One sloop, brig, and then the frigate. So you are in between the 2 ships, and several official-looking businessmen walk out onto the dock, seemingly waiting for your ship. And upon seeing the sloop, the man in front immediately cowers and just runs away, while the deckhands start coming up to your ship and getting on board and helping you with the cargo and all that good stuff. And obviously the deck, or what it's called, dockmaster comes up and starts asking you for paperwork and all that kind of stuff, and all the official bureau shit that is handled off screen, because that's boring. So after all that happens, another individual walks up to you and the captain of the other ship, Mr. Mercedes, and he says, unfortunately, our merchant individual could not be here to accept this package. However, we are willing to give you payment once the package is off board. I would suggest that all of you remain on board while the package is taken off. We don't want any incidents, especially if the package were to break upon deboarding. We have means of containing should that ever happen, but I assume payment is to be given to you, Captain.
That is correct.
Payment would be in form of the ship. You are allowed to keep it until needed elsewhere, and we will bring the gold within the next few hours or so. It might take some time for it to arrive. But if that is all, we will be on our way, and we will talk to you once we have payment ready for you.
Thank you much.
You're welcome. However, Mr. Mercedes grabs him by the shoulder and looks him dead in the face and says, "You can tell your employer that I am here and that Mercedes is not pleased with the way he does business." The messenger boy gulps hard and just shakes his head and goes, "I'm on it," and then goes away as fast as possible.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez and all that shit. By the way, the frigate is not manned by a single elf. It is manned by a bunch of elves. So,
Got it.
there's that. Needs more than one. But the other elf, the one that was with Mr. Mercedes on his sloop, is standing next to him, and the silken clothes that he is wearing is also now adorned with chain lining, oddly enough.
So at this time, I'm gonna turn to Mr. Mercedes and say, so how shall I contact you once the remaining payment has come through?
Oh, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right here while we wait.
I'm not gonna bother fighting him. I see no reason to do so.
Fair
I have
enough.
nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose by provoking a non-provoking person. So
Yep. So,
Mercedes is going to be keeping an eye out onto the docks.
okay.
I'm gonna go check out my new ship.
Cool. I mean, it's not a new ship. You've had it for like 3 weeks, but yeah.
Oh, the big one.
It's literally
No,
the
not
ship
no,
you've
no,
been
no, not the
sailing
big
on.
We're
one.
keeping the ship as
Oh,
payment.
Yes,
okay, sorry.
you're
I
keeping
thought he
the
was talking
ship
about
that you
the
have
frigate.
had up to this point as payment.
I thought he was.
That
talking
is
about
not
the-
your ship. It is a merchant ship that was lent to you for the shipment.
Oh, okay. My bad. I missed that. Okay.
Yep.
I wish it was the frigate.
Don't you?
So roll perception if I see anything weird, or there's nothing weird going on.
There's really nothing weird going on at the moment.
Okay.
It's a pretty normal dock town. Not a big town at all, actually.
I'll
I'm
let
gonna,
Malice check out the frigate.
I'm gonna kind of
So,
who else in our group is kind of people-y, like good with people or good at reading people at bare minimum?
Before the whole people reading people thing happens, I am going to tell you what happens with Malice. When Malice tries to approach the actual ship, she gets within about 50 feet of the ship and then just stops dead in the air, frozen solid. Not like ice, but like
I was about to say actually frozen or just can't move.
Cannot move.
Stasis.
All right, I'll bring her back to my shoulder, or him back to my shoulder.
He cannot move.
No, unsummon to another
Got it,
plane,
Got it.
back
got
to.
it. That happens.
Yeah, I can manipulate things a little.
Plot twist, still frozen.
Plot twist. It's not even alive anymore. Anyways,
You have to make another one.
I mean, yeah, you can.
I mean, if he drops to 0 hit points, then whatever. But
Nah, he's fine. He's fine. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the elf actually does get on board the ship that you guys have, and just kind of lazes about on the deck. At one point, he actually like goes up to the side of the ship and like draws his hand along the railing. You don't know what exactly for, but he seems to be admiring the deck.
Very odd.
Very.
Insight check.
Can I? Yeah, I was just gonna.
I mean, sure, go ahead.
Who else is good with people though in the group?
I'm good.
Define good with people.
I mean, oh well, I see.
I have an
14.
okay insight.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
my-
as insight goes, that's pretty shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
my
I'm proficient.
I got
as well,
14.
That makes me sad.
my insight's only a +3, but I do have rustic hospitality from my folk hero trait. But I'm also not from these lands, so I'm a cat going to people and being like, "Hi," and they're like, "Jeez."
I'm a cat. Pet me.
I just want to come, yeah.
That was brilliant.
What?
Did I roll insight on what the hell he's doing, or is this?
I rolled a 14.
Maybe that's a perception, but I don't know.
I'm better at
As a
perception.
14, I mean, you guys could always actually just like go up and ask him, but trying to like observe what he's doing, it's almost like a weird ritual, almost where he's slightly muttering under his breath as he does certain things to the deck, and he eventually gets up to like the mast, and yeah, he does some weird things to the mast. So I'm gonna say, and eventually he gets the chains to actually like wrap around certain parts of the ship. And once he gets up to the bow, he just kind of like stands there at the bow, almost looking like it's kind of like a smoke after sex kind of thing, like he's relaxing.
Okay, what the hell? Are you
I mean, can I just straight up ask him what he's doing?
Yeah, you can.
It's just asking us just
Yeah.
came at the same time. as you
Like,
said that.
okay, what was that about?
Oh, I'm sorry, little one. Suddenly jovial about certain things. He just says, you see, my people are indebted to Mr. Mercedes, and my job is to, how do I properly explain it? You could say I'm a shipwright almost, where I've learned the intricacies of making and maintaining ships, not just physically, but also in the mental and emotional ways. And in a way, being the shipwright of the kind of ship I am, you have to almost be a lover of the ship. In other words, you have to make the ship adore you as much as you adore the ship.
What is
It's not the
this?
same. What? Maybe. As you may not know, what? What was that all about? I'm confused.
Didn't he just putting his dick in the pool?
Where? I have no idea.
in the Fantasy Grounds chat.
All right, somebody has to screenshot this to me or something because I can't see it.
Okay,
I got you, boy.
I know, I got you.
Okay. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. That's basically what he's doing. Not really though, but he does say like as you may not, yeah, you may not know, but the ships of our design are, well, they're living in a way. So you have to give it the proper attention it needs.
So you treat,
As
you
we
treat
just
your
Force
ships
of habit.
like a lady.
looks at him
Is
and goes,
Mr. Mercedes still floating around here, by the way?
walks off.
I mean, he's not floating. He's rolling
Is
around
he
like a
right
giant
there
slug.
though, or is
Yeah,
he?
he's right there.
He's right
Oh.
there in the bow.
Not on the ship, but he is like on the deck. Just
Like,
kinda
can he
rolling
hear?
around.
Is he within earshot of
Yes.
us and that? Okay.
Yes.
Never mind then. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'd like to go up to the ship-loving elf and ask him what the language he used to move the sloop was.
You okay?
That language? Well, it's it's an offshoot, really. It's not an actual language. It's used by a certain tribe of giant creatures.
Kalos
My
is
people
our
have,
bounty hunter, right?
What?
Kalos is the bounty hunter, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't really know if it still exists anymore today, but it's used in certain rituals of my people. I don't actually know the name of the language. I just know that it's a tribal language from giant creatures of some sort.
As it is, just staying away from the
Interesting.
weird
Would I be able to do any sort of check to see if I would know?
You have never heard of this before, so no.
Okay. I wouldn't have
This is
any idea
completely
about
new.
celestial giants.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
Though I would like to insight check to make sure he's telling me the truth.
Actually,
You may.
Oh well.
No.
So,
You
why is
think he
everyone
is?
insight check so shit?
Joe,
Give us insight. Yes.
I think Kalos needs you, and it might not be a terrible idea to go into whispers based off of the question, but that's
Oh.
your call.
I doubt I would know anything about freaking.
This is a question. Go ahead and you can ask him what I asked you.
Where?
thank you so much for helping me.
Okay.
Now that I know Mr. M's real name, do I know if he has a bounty on him? Or do I know anything more now that I have a name and or a face?
I mean, that's a great question. Do a history check.
No, I do not.
Cool.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
I was thinking it was like a natural one.
2.
Ah. Twice as good? Horrible?
Not as bad.
Not as bad, but still bad.
Not hurt your brains type of level. Didn't take psychic damage.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
Some people would.
I'm not those people. Those are bad DMs.
You take 30d6 psychic damage.
Sure.
I only
So,
failed a
can I
history
go-
check. It hurt that bad.
What?
Can I go down to our prisoner
Yeah, you may. I thought you already
and
did.
release him?
And give him to
Okay.
the authorities.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of D6s.
128 psychic damage. Delay, you go ahead, take that.
Yeah, no.
I don't think anybody at this party can handle that.
We're level 4.
The only
Also-
one who has a chance of surviving high
Who's-
damage
who's
in this
singing
party
in
is Aslan.
Celestial now?
Sunshine.
Okay, then.
I'm listening to the song because I know Celestial.
I don't know it. I just think it sounds cool. Actually, do I know it? I don't think I know
It
it.
will
No,
tell
no,
you.
considering-
Oh wait,
yeah,
you're
it
not.
doesn't- Yeah. It doesn't tell you that you know Celestial, so no, you do not know Celestial. Oh wait, I'm the only one that can see that. Never mind.
If you know it and you're in the game, then it will translate it
Yep.
automatically.
So you release him, and you're gonna bring him to the proper authorities. We got a
Fine.
pirate.
No,
Which is
I
hilarious
was gonna
because we're
try
pirate.
to just release him.
You're just gonna release him.
Yes, I'm trying to.
All right,
Is there anyone that is on the ship watching him do this?
Zimby.
I was gonna say, does anybody notice this?
Fucking obvious.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm.
Sunshine, the lovely yellow cat.
Yeah, she was there the whole time just watching this guy, and then she started singing this fucking.
Which means the lie's there too.
Oh. So probably not gonna be able to release him.
Well, I was gonna lead him onto the land and probably to some alley and say to him that he's free to go.
You just slit his throat. Lol. I mean, hey, if you can convince your party members.
I don't
Oh,
see
he
any
has
point
no
to
shit,
keep
he has
him.
no
I
chance.
mean, I personally don't.
I'm going to bring him to the authorities.
I'm not gonna.
Is what I say to them.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I definitely find this suspicious.
Or
I'm
we
not-
could just let him go.
I don't know him, so I'm not gonna insight check him. I'm gonna assume that he's doing that.
I mean, I think that
Steve,
Fazana would
I'm
trust
just
him.
gonna say for future reference, because he said his plan out loud
Yeah.
in out of character. I'm gonna. Cool, awesome. I'm just gonna say like it's not going to happen again. So if someone says they're going to do something, you don't automatically get to make an insight check to tell if they're lying or not.
I would
No,
have
good
been
point.
suspicious that suddenly he's going to go and release the prisoner in any regard, even without any discussion of this.
I mean, the fact that he's gonna go give him to authorities, I wouldn't give a crap on that.
He didn't
My
say
ship, I
until
would.
now.
My character would not care. Like, I have no reason to doubt him. I don't know
I mean,
him.
after so
but-
much time with him, I think Fazana would trust him. So she would be.
Sunshine's just been down here the whole time, so she's like, "Oh, it probably was set to go get him." Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any reason to. I'd probably say, "Good job, you're taking initiative. I like it."
I mean,
By
I
the
just
way,
find it odd that
um,
there's been no discussion about it, and he's just, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
That's why
By the
I would
way,
make a. That's why I would make
You
the
made an
insight.
insight. You make a deception because it is deception.
Oh shit!
Well, you think he's telling you the truth?
Alrighty.
Damn.
Well, time to roll in that fucking 20.
Yeah, it's a great time to roll in that 20. Almost like it's the perfect time to.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
I don't care if he's gonna kill him or turn him in. Either way.
I don't either. I'm the DM.
Yeah. It's just he wants like no discussion. At least fucking tell us something. Jesus. So what's the work as a fucking.
I mean,
Anyway, as it is just still on the deck, so she didn't know what Sigmund was doing under the deck.
Upon him like getting and like starting to head up, Sunshine's like, "Well, I don't need to be here anymore." So she's gonna start heading above deck to get some fresh air
And probably get away from the boat.
and
Well,
away
take
from
care
it.
of the
Yeah.
wheel until we get the payment. So
Oh.
Technically, the captain was told that.
no, we were also that even from the dock masters. Dock people were also told us. So.
Is there
So,
like an
I'm
inn or a
gonna-
tavern by the dock?
Since I'm kind of restricted to being stuck
Yes,
near
there is.
Mr. Mercedes, I'm gonna kind of inquire as to why everybody seems to be so afraid of him, as I've never heard of you before.
Myself?
Mr. Mercedes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mr. Mercedes like turns to you and twirling his mustache as he usually is. He just kind of chuckles and doesn't give you a straight answer, but says, "I may not be known to you, but in terms of well-represented, wealthy individuals, I'm known as much of a shark as you are. I know my way around merchant businesses. That's all I'm going to say."
Wait, what does Mr. Mercedes look like again? He looks like.
Giant
He's-
fat.
He's a big, fat dude with lots of lavish fur coats and hat and pants, and literally everything he's wearing is made of some kind of fur thing.
Imagine if Ned Stark was fat and blind.
Eyeless.
I was just about to say he also has no eyes,
Like they're just sockets.
or just sockets.
Actually, he just looks at him. So, how do you know what we look like?
I don't.
Then how were you able to?
how does he move?
And then she points to Banisar. Then how did you know he, the captain, was a dragon?
I have my ways.
Was it the smell? They
Oh,
spent kind of
shoot, that is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of you
I mean,
questioned it whatsoever.
I questioned it in my head, but I was like, I can't question it because I'm not in the
Yeah,
ship.
she's not there. She wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there
Why
either.
why do you think Ashley is asking now? It's like we were making a deal. I'd rather not point it out and try to ruin
How
it.
is a blind person be able to see?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He takes out his cane and starts twirling it in the air and just says, "I have my ways."
I don't like this shitty motherfucker.
Fine, then.
I'm going to get a drink,
Good.
says the
I
lie.
made him so you shouldn't like him.
I mean, maybe a
He's
couple.
performing well then.
Can we please
Like-
skip to where we get the gold and move on?
Yeah, I was
Yes,
gonna
we
say.
can. So after a few hours of waiting, I don't know if you guys want to do it in a tavern or at the ship, but there is a tavern right next to the dock, as most docks have. And after, like I said, a few hours of waiting, the dock hands do come back with a fairly large chest, and puts it on the deck and says, "Is there a Captain Balasar here?" Kind of
I am
shouting.
here.
I bet everyone just points to the Dragonborn.
Okay. So they bring it over to the side of your ship and say, representative couldn't be here at the moment, but he'll be back soon enough with a certain payment that was agreed upon. The package has been delivered. If there's any further business that needs to be done, they'll be here momentarily. He says, you feel free to count this if you'd like. It's roughly 7,000 gold.
Alright. So, as it is, I'm gonna make sure.
Okay. So they bring it up on the deck. By the way, I am going to message you something real quick, Balasar, just so you
Okay.
know. Whoops, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
The chest is brought up onto the deck.
So, I'm gonna then for obvious reasons, I'm gonna question. Did he mention the rest of the payment?
Yes. That
The
the
representative
other guy-
representative said that the further payment will be brought when he arrives, and also, there's only two of us. It takes a while for us to carry these things. This thing is fucking heavy. Which, after saying that, he plops it down on the deck and it makes a loud thud.
Okay.
As it is going to lift it.
I am gonna
It's
insight
heavy.
check him, however.
Does the 25 strength with that belt work?
Oh god, yeah, you're fine. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
No,
it's
I-
fucking
I-
heavy.
Yeah, I am gonna insight check him for obvious reasons, because.
Go right ahead.
All right, go ahead.
That's a good point. I'm done. I did the thing. Doing the thing now. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's nope. Yeah, he seems like a trustworthy guy. He's just doing his job, you know.
Okay. And I have no reason to doubt him.
What was his roll? Was it just nat 1?
It was a natural 20.
Fucking Christ. As it is, not even insanity check because she's carrying the fucking chest and also checking on it, so.
Fair, fair.
Hmm.
So, as you guys wait there again for a short amount of time, the same sniveling asshole messenger guy comes back to the ship and goes directly to Mr. M and just whispers something into his ear, and immediately bolts as fast as he can once he's done. Like, he's run at full speed.
Like, this is the guy that gave us the money the first time?
No, this is the guy that originally
off the-
came. Yeah, originally.
Okay, the
came to
original
all
guy.
the-
Okay.
yeah, the original guy. Mr. Mercedes comes up on deck and, looking a little furious at you, he says, "You might be in a world of trouble.
What happened?
It seems that they took the package and jumped town as fast as possible.
Which
Maybe
town?
you shouldn't have made your presence fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you worry, I'll be able to get the package myself now, very quickly. They've made a grave error, but this also means that you're not going to be getting the rest of your payment.
Bastards.
And I'm gonna kind of just like, what does this have to do with me? You knew full well where the package was. Why didn't you obtain it right off the bat?
Oh, I guarantee you, my people have already obtained it. I have had the town watched for quite some time now. The man that you just saw come up to me, as he's twirling his mustache, reports to me. After all, he whispered to me, not to some random deck person. Or dock person, not deck.
I'm gonna just real quick. I'm gonna try to just kind of scout around. What does it honestly look like this ship could do? Because at this point, I really just don't care. I want my money.
This ship?
Like his ship. Like
Which one? He has two of
Mr.
them.
Mercedes.
He has the frigate.
There's the frigate that's to your left, and there's the sloop.
Is
to
that
your right.
Mr. Mercedes? Is though, or
Yes,
do
it
I have
is.
any?
It's
It's
in
the
the
same
employ
boat
of
as on-
Mr. Mercedes.
Yes, it is.
Of course it is. So I can't freaking get my way out of this one anytime easily.
Nope.
That's a damn shame.
He says, "You've been a good lad up to this point, so I will honor our deal. But should I find the payment that was agreed to you, I'll take that as my payment and let you keep the ship. Sound fair?"
So in other words, he's taking all the money.
No, not all the money. You get the money that you have already, which is 7,000, and then he takes the rest.
The other half is he's taking.
I will
Alright.
whisper into freaking.
That was the deal anyway, wasn't it? They
Mhm.
both
I
split the
never
money.
I never said half.
You never said how.
Technically, I never specified an amount.
I tapped and
No.
whispered to Battlestar's ear.
I can't hear a word you're saying. You're gonna have to actually talk.
Okay.
Or type it to him.
Something.
Okay. I'm typing it to him then.
There's also a chat called Whispers. You guys could literally go there and talk in whispers. That's why I have the chat.
What was?
Kalos is gonna get off the boat and go into town.
No. Not that chat. The voice
Voice
chat
chat.
called Whispers.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason, dumbasses.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Dummies. Oh, I'm gonna whisper in his ear while in general.
Kalos is
Really,
going
guys?
into town.
Okay.
Sunshine's just having a fun singing Celestial time, singing her dark song.
So, Sigmund, you want to go and talk about what happened with you?
Well, I did what I said.
Yeah.
At least I hope so.
So, you take him into the town and go about trying to release him. Oh, welcome
Oh,
back.
as Sigmund would leave with that, Kalos would go with him because he's wanted to go in town for the last 3 hours.
Joe, Nick
I-
is
Going
Nick
to
is
check
checking
under
with him.
deck if there's anything weird going on.
Okay.
Basically, making sure our treasure that we got from the pirates didn't go missing suddenly.
All right then. So, going below deck, where you kept all of the major treasure in the bottom deck area. So this is also where they kept the package, and there is no cargo down here.
Sweet.
It is empty.
No treasure either.
No treasure.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my
Wasn't,
god.
Didn't
No, I
we
guess
split
nobody-
parts of the treasure that we had?
We never decided where we put the treasure.
You
We
guys
ended the
said-
session
you guys-
before then.
Oh. Well, either way, treasure's gone.
Yeah, because it would have probably had to go to the hold. There's no.
I was gonna say I assume it's in with the rest of where the cargo is.
I figured we were divvying up something.
Yeah, we divvied up the gems. That's what we did. But
So,
I mean-
We didn't divvy up the gems. We didn't
No,
divvy
we
up
didn't.
anything. We figured out what we had, and then the
Yeah,
session
we
ended.
didn't divvy up anything.
So
Yeah,
I
we
will.
did one thing.
I will say one thing: you guys didn't have the chance to actually like talk about doing that because to
We
be
didn't have
honest-
5 days.
No, you did have 5 days. I'm just saying you didn't. You were out on a ship doing a job. Your first
Yep.
thing was not, oh, we're gonna take all this treasure and divvy it up and run away with it. At any point, you guys could have talked about the treasure that you had, but you didn't.
Yeah, it was because we fucking went off at the end of the session and didn't play for.
No, today you had
I
all
also-
that. You've had 2.5 hours.
I really didn't know much about that, to be honest. I thought it was kind of an
Fair,
arguably
you
fun
didn't,
thing,
but the rest of the
so-
group did.
Yeah, we just forgot to mention to freaking Slim at all.
I mean, it
Fair.
was mentioned. I knew it existed.
Either
but
way,
that was a-
either way, your money is gone.
Sweet fuck. Now I want to chase him down and get it back.
I was about to say, am I the only people person here, by the way? Like, for real? Like, is there
What do you mean?
anybody else?
Pretty sure you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
you're the
lovely.
only person that can actually talk to people.
No, he's not. Kalos
Oh.
has decent persuasion and insight. Well, decent persuasion, good insight.
I have decent persuasion. Oh, well, good persuasion, decent insight.
So,
I come up to deck and says, "So, where the fuck is the rest?"
And Kalos is not okay with his money being stolen.
I was about to say, yeah, we lost a lot of loot on that one. Okay with that.
Mhm.
Am I
So-
still in town during that?
So, I'm gonna go ahead and ask him, so are you taking the treasure that was also in the cargo hold?
He looks at you a little oddly and says, "What treasure are you speaking about?"
Can somebody fill me in on the details here? Because I don't.
Gems
No,
and
cool.
a bunch of platinum.
Platinum,
Okay,
gold.
so if you didn't know,
2,000
you guys-
platinum,
Yeah.
and 17,000 gold.
You got nearly 40K worth of gold.
And we had 2 black opals.
You had a lot of gems.
3
3 emeralds, 4 fire opals.
We had over 40k worth of stuff.
Yeah, you had
1
way
star
over, like
ruby,
probably
1
close to
star
60K
sapphire, and
gold.
1 topaz.
And it's all gone.
So he has no idea about any of it.
Well, you asked him,
As
and he
far
said,
as I know.
no.
Can I?
What?
Oh god, my insights have been failing. Can I insight him though? I'm
You
assuming.
may.
We'll...
Yes, you may.
I would very much
Please.
like to.
Please. Oh fuck
Lol.
you.
No, I'm going. No.
I would rather it be a 1.
Asking us.
At least I could roll.
I rolled a 17.
Well, that's great, but he's a trustworthy guy, right? Like he's totally telling you all guys the truth. He knows his shit.
No.
What did
Asking
you
is
roll?
too mad to just fucking just let this go.
I feel like yeah, he probably is. That's why.
Anyway,
I
what
love
was his,
having bastards as a
Back to it.
character.
back to his question? He
What
had asked
question?
what again?
He
When I asked him
literally
about
just
it.
he literally just said, "What treasure are you talking about?"
Probably a few gems and a few chests that we took from those pirates you decided to pay off.
I have no idea what you're talking about, young lady. I would never associate myself with pirates.
Astia just
You lying
stares him
fucker.
down.
He stares you down.
You can't stare someone down
I mean, you
in the
can't
eyes.
stare. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
legit,
There you go.
when they were talking about a package that this guy was really intent on getting, the first thing I went to when I found out he had no eyes was like, oh, is it his eyes?
He stole my.
They stole my eyes.
I was like, they
Oh,
stole
It's
something.
really dark in here, guys.
They stole
now
something. You know, it was.
Joe, at this point, can I speak of the cargo more specific?
I mean, you can if you want to.
The deal
I
is already
want-
done.
As
The
I'm going to
deal's
be
basically
giving up
done.
full details now,
Yep.
more or less. So what is to become of the Minotaur then? I'll flat out say it in front of the group now.
I'm sorry, what?
The gold-horned Minotaur.
I'm
What
sorry, what?
business do you really have with this? And
I
I'm gonna
mean-
roll. Did I have deception or where my? Hold on. Duh. I have this. Let me look.
You have all of these things. What are you trying to get out of them? You're trying to persuade them. You're trying
go
to.
with- Yeah, go with the persuasion to kind of, I guess, persuade him to tell me.
Okay. I will do that now. This is a good roll. So first of all, he looks at you and dumbfoundedly says, "I mean, obviously the plan is to not capture, but take him in and sell his horns. Gold Minotaur horns are worth a lot of money on the black market."
As we
Anybody-
just said,
I was gonna say,
so where
anybody-
did those fuckers ran off to? 'Cause I would like to ask them a few things.
I mean,
Uh.
I'm certain they've most likely tried to hop town as fast as possible on a small ship to try and go as fast as possible. But in this case,
mean-
they've already been cut off. I'm
I
certain
mean-
the Minotaur has been taken back to my warehouse at this point.
I'm more wanting to ask the people.
I'm more one. I don't really give a shit the Minotaur, to be honest. I want at least the treasure back.
Again, I don't know what treasure you're talking about. I have.
Yes, you're
Oh,
a
no,
lying
I-
fat sack of shit. We know.
I was saying that to the party, not to him.
Kalos says that out loud.
Out of character.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the thing. You don't know if he's lying or not.
We know he sent pirates to us,
Yeah.
and he just said to our
they
face
literally
that
have a
he doesn't
letter.
associate with pirates. He's tried to associate with Balasar. He is a lying fat sack of shit. There's no insight needed with that.
Yeah.
Hey,
He, like,
what can we
literally-
do with the
He
drinking,
literally
Mailer?
he just told us that he didn't associate with those pirates. He has no idea what we do. But didn't they have the letter
Yup.
from Mr. M? So we all know
Yup.
that he's definitely a liar.
Yup.
Sunshine is going to tap her sharp stick and clear her throat, stopping her little singing to herself, and go, "You know, my goddess is all about love, and I am about keeping those here safe, warm, living. But you know, I'm not about or against loving people with the pointy end of my stick or the back of my hand."
Kinky.
And quite
Just know that I am a firm believer in karma, and what goes around will come around, and it will come around hard and rip your anus out like. Well, let's not go.
I
What?
just want to say, out of character, your Alabama really came out there.
Alabama.
I'm like trying to keep Sunshine like, cause like I have two characters that like dip into like a real deep south kind of drawl there. So I'm like, Sunshine, don't go there. Don't go there.
Went there.
It went there.
Yeah,
Went there
well,
hard.
it's
Definitely went
hard.
there.
It's really hard.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just throwing it out there. That's completely out of character and not really that big of a deal. But
I don't judge.
Anyway,
I have one voice.
I couldn't hide my accent, which isn't really much of an accent.
Can we move on?
If I tried.
No.
Yep.
So please,
So,
just keep in mind, you seem very kind and you seem very trustworthy, but you know, everybody's reasonable to their doubts, and well, mine are very strong at this moment. And
You're not as quick as you think.
Mr. Mercedes looks at all of you, or tries to look at all of you, and says, "Look, kiddos, I understand you lost something today. That's unfortunate. You didn't get your payment. I get that. Maybe someone stole something from you. I had no deal with this. That wasn't my areas of expertise. Again, the person that I got stolen from could have very easily stolen from you as well. That's very likely. I could try to help you and get this back for you. I don't know exactly where it would be, but they couldn't have
So-
gotten far, considering
So you know.
it's a small town.
So you know
I'm
who
going
it
to
was.
incite him.
I'm just gonna ask him if he knows who it was.
I mean, it was your pal Lucian, wasn't it?
Oh,
He's the
that's-
one that hired
why,
you.
Why is everyone's insight roast shit today?
Y'all fucking
For real.
suck at insight. But,
Can I raise a point here?
Yeah,
That one.
you do have that point. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if
yeah.
it'll work on him though. He seems like he would be.
Let's find out.
That's a wisdom save, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Just out of curiosity.
I'm
Charm
casting Charm Person.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know if he passes. So he looks at all of you and says, "Look, I get you're in a pickle here." And then the spell hits him, and he says, "But I'm not about to let someone cast spells on me. Oh, and I'm definitely not okay with a big woman like that staring me down, trying to get me to force my secrets out. That is not okay."
How do you know what she looks like?
I was about to say, you still haven't explained that to us either. You haven't
He-
exactly proven to
he,
be
he
trustworthy.
swings his cane around again and says, "I have my ways."
I'm gonna say that I don't like it
Hey,
when
guys,
little
Aslia,
men decide not.
whispers.
Whispers.
Who's going to Whispers?
Ashley,
Balasar,
Oh, okay.
I will just drag you there.
I'm just gonna say
You're there now.
Well,
Can
I
cast
don't like
Spectral
it
Bond
when people who are known to lie and cheat and probably steal decide to call everyone around them deplorable, but not see their own faults.
It
If
doesn't
you're not
say
going
that
to
they
be
know
honest, I'm going to do my best to force some honesty.
It doesn't say that a spell is known that it was casted if it fails. The only way they know they were charmed is when the spell ends, but nothing about if it fails.
That's true.
If it fails, then nothing happens.
Hey,
they don't know
hey,
that they've been charmed person.
Kalos. I know that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not exactly being subtle about it, and you can feel magic attempting to come over you anyway.
just gonna hold my
If the
hands
spell
up.
says so, sure.
Welcome back.
Steve.
Secrets.
Yes.
No, go ahead, Nick. You do your thing first.
Can I just say, that's quite a little fun stick you have there. I wonder how magical it is.
I mean, it's my walking stick. And he leans on it.
Yes. But you keep waving it about every time you say, I have my own secrets. Pretty fucking obvious that you have a little something hidden around on you.
Oh, of course not.
Steve, I'm gonna whisper in your ear this, not out loud. You scout, get someone to scout that frigate out. Figure out how many people are on board.
I tried that with my familiar, and it got frozen in
didn't
the
work?
air.
Nope.
Ah, crap.
I mean,
Okay,
is it
I thought-
only air attacks? Because I'm pretty stealthy.
If it was able to freeze something in midair,
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the bird was magical too, so it might just be blocking magic.
Technically, the bird is a living, breathing thing. It's not a magical construct of any sort.
it's just summoned.
Oh,
Pseudo
okay.
Phoenix.
Never mind then. Anyway,
It is
I'm
it is
gonna-
by all respects an owl. All I do is change its type to fiend.
actually, he does have a
Okay.
point though.
Okay,
My
someone.
bird, my bird,
Someone just.
can.
Yeah.
But Joe, my bird can't do anything like that. Correct or incorrect?
No.
Can it speak to you?
Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can it? We haven't officially clarified this. You said it was gonna grow with me, but
We didn't get to talk about that. You guys are already level 4.
so yes.
Maybe.
Can we go to Whispers then?
Not right now, but yes.
Joe.
I literally said not right now, but yes. I will talk to you about this at some later point.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I am willing to give you at the moment.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
I basically something needs to scout that ship. And
I mean, I'm willing to do it. I just don't know how I feel about possibly
yeah,
being
no, I don't know if it's
frozen.
gonna work.
Can't the freaking magic people just cast identify on that fucking
It's a good point too.
staff?
We're not exactly getting out of here without making some sort of I don't know if I'd really call it a deal, but
So Mercedes picks up his stick and shoves it up his ass for all intents and purposes. In reality, he just puts it up his coat. And he looks at all of you, or tries to look at all of you, and says, "Let me make you a deal. if I get you this treasure, whatever it might be, say we split it. 30 and 70.
Nope, Sunshine's gonna hold up her hands and shake her head and go,
Mm,
guys, look, I know we want this
30.
treasure. Look, I know we want this treasure. I know we've lost it, and I know it's a
Nick,
huge
you're not
chunk.
helping. 30-70 is we're 70. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you guys are 70, he's 30.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not helping us.
No, no, no.
Actually,
I didn't know
Actually,
which, if he was taking the 70 or the 30. That was never clear.
no, he was taking the 30. That was the whole point.
Okay. Fine then.
Hillary?
I'm also going to.
How are you splitting the percentage?
Huh?
I mean, 30, 70.
that was.
Who gets 30? Who gets 70?
We get 70.
Yeah, you
Don't
guys are 70.
assume anything. That's
I literally
stupid.
said that. I
He
literally
just said
that.
it.
Yeah, but he was
Guys,
asking
pay
you in
attention.
character.
In character, he says 30, 70.
Yes, but you don't clarify who gets what percentage.
I'm dumb, alright? I was pointing to myself and then pointing to you guys.
Well, we can't see that, can we?
I know that. Shut up.
So my question was relevant.
It was relevant. I just wasn't realizing it was relevant because I'm dumb, alright?
Yeah, what do you
Joe
think?
the DM is dumb.
What do you think I
Oh
was
my-
expecting that he was taking the 70?
Yeah. He is
Yeah.
not taking the 70. You guys are taking the 70.
Is my mic working?
Yes.
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
I was
find them
talking,
and make it so we get our treasure, then fine.
I was talking
I
a
was.
minute ago.
Hold on. Let me interject. We'll give him 40-60
No.
in a future.
No.
And hold on, in a future favor to us. Does anybody have any issues with that? That could be
Yes.
useful with his pull.
He's not trustworthy.
Maybe.
Why can't we have 70-30 and still have
Definitely no
30?
maybe in that. Wasn't a
I was
question.
gonna say, he's offering you 70-30 with no strings attached.
Let's just take the 730.
I'd say, yeah, let's take the 70-30 with
Uh,
no strings.
Yeah, I don't want any ties to this glob.
Because he could also ask favors of you guys, too.
Here's the thing: is this guy isn't really trustworthy. So how do we
Isn't he,
know
though?
that?
He's a big, lovable blob.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
no. Sunshine knows a fat cat when she sees one. And she's a cat.
I'm nice.
The thing is that he already has this outgun and already have too many.
I'm gonna say this.
We're better off taking this deal.
Yeah.
Get what we can out of get what we can out of what we got.
Here,
Make off like bandits.
here's the thing: what if, like, the treasure that he says that he finds is much smaller than what we originally had, and we get 70-30 of that
Oh, we have a
small?
But yeah, that's the thing. We have
No,
our
it has
list.
to be the
Yeah,
correct
but what if he
treasure.
said? Yeah, but what if he says he only finds this much amount?
Then the
Oh,
deal's
but
wrong.
that's the thing.
Exactly.
He comes with us. He comes with us until we get our full 70%. The other 30, I could care less what happens to it. But I want 70% of our list.
Of the list.
70%.
Can someone specify
okay.
that to Mr. Glob?
Here's a great question. Do you guys show the list to him?
Yes.
No, I'm freaking reading.
Not- No, hold on. We're
I'm
not
showing
going to
it
show
to
it to him
Fucking
until we have our full 70, and then we'll.
Kalos will relate the items on the list,
No, I was literally gonna pull.
including total value. He's not going to show him anything.
I was literally gonna pull a Toph and like wave the paper in front of his face.
That's not necessary.
He clearly can see in some way, shape, or form.
He
so.
can, yes.
Not with this stick away.
I mean, maybe he can.
I
though. Maybe
mean,
we're wrong about
you
that.
make that assumption.
It's a safer assumption than assuming he just sees everything all the time.
It might also be a correct assumption, but hey,
We're not going to know unless we can do something about it. And right now, we really can't do anything about it.
Because no one can see in his freaking coat right now to identify it.
Exactly.
So we get 70% of what has been stolen from us.
yes.
Yeah.
If so, whatever's missing, you can hunt down yourself. You obviously have the resources.
Of course. I'm a trustworthy man. I have my resources.
Where are they?
As we just rolls her eyes at that.
He points to the frigate next to your ship. And then also to the sloop next on the other side of your ship.
I
I'll
thought
take
that
you
was
the main
fairly
point.
obvious.
And there's obviously someone around about. Oh,
Is
there's
he
lots of
still
people
on
around
our
about
ship?
everywhere.
Yeah.
He's still on your ship, yes.
All right. Then let's. I'm just gonna
I'm
flat
a-
out. Let's get on with this. Let's start looking.
I'm a little bit concerned about what his elf friend did to our ship.
What did he do to our ship?
Mating.
So he was
He
basically-
he was
He was doing a
was
mating ritual.
making love to the ship, and something was happening, and it sort of disturbed me a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned.
All right. Well, we got plenty of time to figure
Digging
that
out
out.
portholes. Exactly.
I'll tell you
Basically, he can have the gems. It's slightly more than 30%, but it's going to be a whole fucking lot cleaner.
Fair.
Joe, can I start casting Identify on the spot where the elf touched our ship?
Well, I was just gonna throw
Uh,
detect magic on myself and walk by there and see what happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Identify works that way, buddy.
Well, actually, if he spent the whole time with the ship, touching the ship, he would learn any spells affecting the ship.
True. You would. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I want to pull detect magic to see because it's quicker and will tell me if there's magic in the area.
Oh, I don't know what school of magic this is. I'm assuming Identify tells you what kind of school it is.
Detect
It
magic
tells
would.
you the spell.
Oh, it tells
Identify
you,
tells the spell.
Straight up just tells you the spell.
Yeah,
Alright,
identify tells you what spells are affecting an object.
Okay, in this case, what is it called?
Animate object?
Yes, animate object. That one.
Oh,
That
that's
only lasts a
transmutation,
minute,
I
right?
believe.
No,
It is
does not.
transmutation. Yes, it
Oh, it
is.
almost certainly
It is
is.
transmutation. However, it does not last a minute because it has permanency also with it.
Oh my god, he's really
Meaning-
loving this spell.
Literally, he could control the ship for as long as he wants.
Not our ship.
Fucking knew he was. Yeah,
Yes,
our
I know.
ship.
Our
Our
ship.
ship.
Our ship, because he.
Our ship. He just made love to the ship, and he's just put it under
But-
some kind of gross spell.
But the person that controls the ship is the elf, which right now.
Is right there.
He waves at you guys
Oh.
and says, "Hi."
So the thing is, yes, we know he is the one that casted the spell. That does not transfer over to somebody else later. So if we
No, of
can
course
somehow dispatch of that elf, the spell
spell
will
will work.
effectively
You don't
Or
restrict
either
his
This
spells.
either get rid of the elf or get rid of the spell.
Which is what this spell is used for.
Do you guys have the spell?
No.
We don't have third level spells yet.
Exactly.
That brings us to the elf. I'm just saying.
Hi guys, I'm here, right here. Hi. Well,
Anyway, now we know what's going on with the ship.
also, don't you mean protection?
Funny.
Protection.
Please. Just jump in front of a
Oh,
train.
guys, I'm so sorry, but I kind of need to go to the loo.
Go for it.
I'm not gonna lie. I also want food. It's already 7:30.
Yeah.
So we need to at least finish this deal.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
The official.
The only choice is to accept the deal because we have a fucking frigate aiming at us right now.
Yeah, we have to accept the deal for now, at least.
He still has his hand out. Just kind of
Shake his goddamn hand.
Then
Shake
I guess
it
we
the
have
meat.
that. No, that was just no. Bad joke.
It's meaty and sweaty.
Yeah. Do I have any gloves?
Wait. Can I prestidigitation his hand that he has outstretched to clean it up?
Yes, you
That would
can.
work.
That happens.
All right. I will.
And then he snaps his fingers to make his hand sweatier and dirtier.
I press the digitation and clean again.
He's
And
just
I
gonna
will
keep
continuously
snapping. He's
do
gonna keep
this
snapping.
for the duration that he shakes his hand.
I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna join him.
That's so weird.
There's so
So
many of us.
while you're shaking his hand, he goes from dirty to clean like 9 times.
It's like,
Could I? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna let that happen. I don't
That's
even
so
care.
weird, guys.
Wait, question. How long does the handshake last?
Like 4 or 5 seconds.
Half
Then
a
I only
second.
have to do it
Go-
once because you can only cast a spell every 6 seconds per round.
I mean, sure, but rule of cool, dude. Rule of cool.
Rule of funny, really.
I
also
imagine
true
as he's shaking hands with Balasar, there's just moments where sweat explodes out of his hand.
Oh my god.
It's just like bloosh, bloosh, bloosh.
This whole time, Visana's just going to be hiding behind anyone who's larger than her to avoid any splash.
I just
It's
prestidigitate a small, like, harmless little gust of wind to make it all fly away from me.
All right. Well, we've accomplished the goal anyway.
Yeah, we have.
By the
If
way,
that's what you want to call that.
a giant penis appears on his giant ship
Why?
because
He's
he is a
obviously competent.
massive cock.
All right then.
That's perfect.
Okay then.
So that's the figurehead, I'm guessing.
No, on the
Yeah.
no, actually, on each one of his sails, each has a giant cock on.
What is
All
it? A
right
skull
then.
and cross cocks?
No, it's an open skull facing a cock.
Oh,
No,
God.
no, they are just
Okay,
cocks.
let's stop.
Y'all are fucking awful.
I'm so glad I don't have anyone who watches these videos. Could you imagine the amount of
Oh,
animations
God.
and fan arts that are gonna be made out of that?
Please no. I don't want any. If like, at some point in the future we become famous and then someone like animates all of this, you're a
It's
horrible
really-
person.
It's terrible.
I'm okay with
I would
this.
love it. That sounds amazing.
Oh, I would love
I
it to
want
bits.
someone
Like,
to animate 3 giant cocks appearing on 3 different sails.
I mean, I kind of want to
Oh,
see the
God.
skull and crossed
I'm
cocks.
still like,
I'm stolen cross cocks.
I want to see them making that animation where it's just swapping between
Oh,
all of these
God.
different ridiculous designs.
sweat exploding, disintegrating.
All right, that
All right.
happens.
That's the end of the session.
Yeah, we're done.
Joe, though, I do need to talk to you on regarding the Phoenix stuff.
Yes, we do.
Oh, so I'm just kind of like, oh, he said they're all dwarves, they're all female, and they're all redheads. I'm like, fuck.
So, question for all of you guys: did you have fun tonight?
It's
Yay.
ridiculous at the end part right there.
Yeah.
It really was.
And also the catching the fish.
Yeah.
I
the
got to
fish-
play with a fish.
Also, did Ko already leave the group?
Yeah, no, he basically told me he ain't coming.
And
My
just
bitch.
banished himself.
I
Like,
understand.
the reason why I was telling you is I'm not expecting him to, like, say anything in the group anymore. Ko is
Oh, God,
gone.
yeah, I already kicked him.
Like,
Wait, what happened?
he
Ko-
okay. Ko
He didn't like how
decided
big the group was.
Ko decided the group was too big for what he prefers, and so he's backing out of the group. Honestly,
Who was
you
Ko,
know,
by the way?
Ko
was
was the
Elf monk.
Erevan, the elf monk.
Okay.
Not that big of a loss, to be honest.
I mean,
But
I would have liked to have a monk, but hey, fuck me, right?
the
That's what I
whole
mean.
thing is normally I operate on the philosophy if I'm gonna back out of a if I'm gonna take a leave or leave a group after playing with them and there's no like animosity between me and the people there, I'm just gonna be upfront about it and be like, hey, this is a situation and yada yada. That's just me though, I guess.
Same.
Dinner? Yeah.
So I'm gonna get some food now.